Dude, great show. Thanks, man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm sorry. I gotta go to bed like in 40 minutes, and I have to wake up in 4 hours. So yeah, it's gonna.
No, you're good, man. No,
I'm so looking forward to this trip, man. These are my poker buddies. They're all a bunch of old dudes like me, and we're gonna have a great time. I'm bringing my son with me. I haven't seen him forever, so I figured it'd be a good time to spend the day with him. He's been stressing and busy, trying to get his house complete, and his head's spinning like mine is, and him and his girlfriend's slash fiance. So yeah, I figured, you know what, be an early birthday present for him. Take him out on a nice all day fishing trip. So
yeah,
we'll probably be about 100 miles offshore tomorrow. Hopefully the rain won't be too bad, and the waves look pretty calm. So it's looking good. I touched base with the captain. He's all set. Everything's ready to go.
He's going to be there.
Well, this time he will be, yeah. I touched base with him days earlier to make sure, and he's like, Todd, everything looks good. I haven't seen you in forever. It's going to be great to see you again. I'm like, it's been way too long, Captain. I call him Captain Tim. Great guy. Really great guy. I think last time my son went fishing on his boat, he was, I want to say he was 8 or 9 years old. That's how long it's been. So, yeah.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? And thanks for listening to us. Welcome to episode 98. So close, Hazel. So close, man. Of Guardian Downcast. We're a couple dads that talk about all things in the Destiny universe, and we interview content creators and community members to find out more about them. We're the show that loves to see you crack that smile while listening to the show at work. I'm your host, the Gatr, and my co-host, Mr. Hazelnut, is here as well. Hey, man, how you been?
We can see you.
Yeah. Pretty good, man. Well, you said it, man. I'm just going along with it.
Yeah. True. I did say it.
Yep. If you got your COVID vaccine, we can see you. That's us.
Right.
Yep. It's like 6G, not 5G anymore. Oh, shit. So, all right. So yeah, my week's been pretty cool. I have 2 tips for anybody listening out there. First of which is we went strawberry picking, and it was pretty awesome. My daughter brought up strawberries to myself and my wife and was like, "Hey, Dad, smell. It smells great." So yeah, we picked basically 2 buckets full of strawberries, and it was great. We left there, and then we went to they had food trucks and things like this.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
So yeah, it was like a whole little thing. And so my first tip is that if you go to a food truck, get all your stuff from the same damn food truck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I left without getting food from the second place after waiting an hour.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, my wife and daughter, they got their food just fine and everything else. And they were off playing and everything. And I'm just like waiting and waiting and waiting. So yeah, so I gave to charity. That's how I view it. So that's one tip from good old Hazelnut there for you. Nice. And then the second one is when you get home and you soak your strawberries because they're fresh picked and things like that, wash the shit again.
Yes, definitely do that.
yeah, because I was eating a strawberry and my wife and daughter were looking at them. They're like, "Oh, I'm going to get one too." And then my daughter screamed really loud because there was a spider on one of them. And I'm like, I just took a bite. I'm like, oh, fuck.
You don't know. Yeah. You don't know what they grow those strawberries in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm kind of a city folk kind of thing. So, I hear you.
Yeah. So, there you go. Some more advice from good old Hazel.
There you go.
But yeah, aside from that, man, it's been a pretty good week. Everything else. So what about you?
Good, man. I'm glad you're having a good week for a change. Yeah, it's been, damn, man, it's just been so busy. My son did move in last weekend. We've been getting them. I mean, they literally put their whole life in a tiny little I want to say 8-foot by 4-foot little box trailer, little U-Haul.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they brought just the essentials. They didn't bring any of their furniture or anything with them. They're really starting over. And so we've been going to IKEA. I say we. My wife has been going to IKEA. I hate that place. You go to IKEA, you just get lost, and you never leave. It's like a full day adventure when you go to IKEA. I'm not a shopping kind of guy, so. But yeah, my wife's been busting her butt. My daughter's birthday was today. Happy birthday, Lauren.
Nice.
Yeah, she turns 22 today, and the birthdays are going to start rolling in. You'll hear them over the following shows because June, we are all a Gemini family, including my mom. So yeah, it's just been crazy, man. My diesel work truck with 59,000 miles on it gave up the ghost. The oil cooler ruptured in it, so I had oil in my radiator. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse because we actually can still drive the truck. It doesn't even get hot. So we think the oil cooler and the EGR cooler have gone bad. It's just a bad designed engine, and I just dropped an ungodly amount of money to get it fixed. So I've been using my new truck to tote a trailer around all week, and it's just been... I do not like change. I like my routines. I like my equipment where it goes, and everything is just sloppy as hell this week, and just been getting little stress headaches. But yeah, it's been a good week actually. I mean, I'm so happy to see my kids back now, and college is done now, so they're actually little adults. And my son's been actually working with me this week, so we've been able to talk and stuff. And it's just it's all ramping up to this fishing trip that we're going on tomorrow, and that's the one thing I wanted to mention here. This is kind of going to be a different kind of show for us tonight. First, Hazel and I are going to catch up on the week, of course, do something we haven't featured in a while because there's been so much Destiny talk lately. We're going to share what we've been watching on TV, the internet, and even the movie theaters. Maybe have a couple movie reviews thrown in there as well. Next, Hazel's going to go over the TWAB for this 4th week of Season of the Splicer. Finally, we're going to answer questions from our community and add 2 songs, each of us, to our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. So, Hazel, without further ado, what do you think, man? Ready to get rolling?
Yeah, I like it.
Let's do it, man. Hey, thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or, you can find us on Instagram at Guardian_Down_cast and see what pics our weekly guests want to share with you.
Or Hazel, just visit our website at GuardianDowncast.com for all the contact information and where else you want to find us. And you can also play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Don't you or me, man. Anyway, so hey, Guardians, check us out, and later, Guardians.
Toddles.
Hey, that's my line, man.
Okay, ladies and gents, this segment we haven't done in a long time. Geez, I'm actually, Hazel, I'm a little rusty. I don't know kind of where to start here, but we used to in the past, before COVID changed the world, went to the movie theater a lot, and Hazel would watch a lot of stuff online. We would kind of compare and contrast, and tonight we're going to do just that. We're going to go over some movies we've been seeing, give them a little rating, or TV shows, or wherever we watch our entertainment these days. And man, do we have so many choices too. So we're just going to give you a little sample tonight of stuff we've been watching and, give our opinions, what we thought about it. So, Hazel, why don't you start, man?
Oh, man. So.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, damn. Well, since last time we did this shit, there's been a ton of stuff come out.
Yeah.
So my wife and I, we've been watching, like the Mighty Ducks, Game Changers, and I mean, it just takes you back. It really does. I mean, who doesn't love the fucking Mighty Ducks?
That's on Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So we've been watching that. We've been watching another show called The Big Shot with John Stamos because he's Greek. My wife's Greek. So that means that we have to watch everything that any Greek person is ever in.
Your wife's a John Stamos fan. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, Well, I mean, that's the thing, though, that not many people know is that if you're Greek, you have to support other Greeks no
I
matter
see.
what.
I didn't know the protocol.
So it
My
doesn't
bad.
matter, like what he's in. I've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Whether you wanted to or not.
yeah, exactly. Like he had some short-lived show on Fox that we had to watch because he's Greek.
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cool deal.
So besides that, though, some things that I've been watching is now I feel really bad for this genre of movie because I'm gonna play a little game with you here. So
Okay.
I'm gonna name a series of movies. Just like I'm gonna name one movie and then I want your thoughts on it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the movie series is called The Conjuring.
Oh, I know this series. I haven't watched it, but I know of it.
Okay. So tell me your understanding of it just from the outside looking in.
I think the different Conjuring movies are demon possession. It's where someone is possessed and it's different scenarios. I guess each movie is a different scenario of a different person or story of possession, demonic possession. Am I close there?
Okay. But what are your thoughts on like the overall genre and things like that?
It's not my cup of tea. I'm not into ever since my wife made me go see Paranormal Activity, I've been really gun shy on mental horror movies, that mess with your head. So yeah. I just, I don't mind Jason and Friday the 13th. It's all easy stabbing and gore, but the new horror movies seem to be more mentally horrifying, and I don't handle that stuff very well.
Well, see, that's the thing, though, is that's the reason I wanted to play this little game here, because I'm guaranteeing you that people that are listening to this are like, that's scary as shit. I'll piss myself if I watch that.
Right.
But that's the thing, though, is that I don't know why I started it, but I did. I watched the first Conjuring movie and I'm just like, holy shit, this is definitely not at all what I thought this was going to be.
Really?
Yeah. Now, there are some moments that are intense and scary, truly, but it's mainly like a love story between like the main characters.
Really?
Exactly. So that blew me away, though. I was just like, holy shit.
Now,
and then like the second one, I had to watch that one too, just to find out like, okay, is this one like, like really, really scary?
That was my question. Are the movies tied together?
Yeah, they are.
All the different movies are all tied together.
Yeah.
Wow, no shit.
It's like this whole universe of movies kind of thing. I had
no idea.
So, I mean, that's one plug that I'll give out there is to check out the Conjuring movies. Just watch the first one. I'll be honest. I mean, it is intense. There are moments where it's like really, really crazy and some of it can be really scary and this kind of thing. But like the underlying tone to the whole movie is it's a love story.
Wow. I would never guess that.
I know, right? But I guess that doesn't draw the marketing,
They gotta have the jump scares and stuff. I got you. Yeah.
There aren't any really even jump scares.
Really?
It's just, no, it's pretty
straightforward.
Yeah. Pretty straightforward stuff.
Oh shit. Maybe I'll check one out.
It's really, really well done though. I mean, I'll be honest, again, it's really intense. It's like watching like a really intense action movie.
Okay. My wife just messed me up when it came to those kind of movies. So maybe I'll watch it with one eye open and see what happens.
Well, that's the thing is that, I mean, like I haven't watched a scary movie in probably, I don't know. I met my wife in 2001. So probably since 2002. And I mean, cause she just doesn't watch them. She doesn't like them. It's just negative for me. It's negative. I don't get entertained by it. I get scared shitless by it. And I guess because I don't get the entertainment value out of most horror movies today, that's, like this new one out that's got Chris Rock in it. The Saw movies. I mean, these torture movies and watching people do stuff to themselves. Yeah. I'm good, man. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, that's a different genre to me.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, so that's one thing I'd say is check out The Conjuring, at least The Conjuring 1 and 2. Those are the only two that I've seen. The Conjuring 3 actually comes out tomorrow.
Okay.
Which will be Friday, June 4th.
That's the one about the kid who got...
he's in jail.
I've seen... When he was a kid, he was on a water bed, and the actual demon came through the water bed and grabbed him. That's from just the trailer I saw.
Yeah. So, and I mean, and that's the thing is that, that's going to be a really intense moment in the movie, but it's going to have probably, I'm guessing, the same thing with like the love story underneath it.
Well, that's crazy, man.
So,
a love story.
I know, right?
I would have never guessed that.
Right. So, yeah. Then the next thing that I wanted to recommend was a TV show that I just started. It's a really heavy show. It's called Gangs of London.
Okay.
And I have no idea where in the hell you can watch this. I'm a fan of the director. His name is Gareth Edwards, and he's directed some great action movies, and I'm just on board with anything this guy does. So it's basically just the head of a family ends up getting murdered, and his family is struggling to put everything back together again and find out who murdered him. And then everybody else are like kind of like sharks in the water, and they smell blood. So they're all trying to take a piece of the pie.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So it's really good. It's already got a second season approved. I know Zaniac, I think he's in Canada, and he started it, and he's like, yeah, I just started it. And then he said he's on episode 5 already. And I'm like, that's not really just starting it, but yeah,
true.
So, yeah, but definitely check out any Gareth Edwards movies. The Raid 2.
Okay.
That's something else. I mean, such great movies. They'll make you forget about the Matrix.
Dude, I've never seen so many things to watch all at once. It's just crazy how much there is available now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just scrolling through my HBO Max here, just watching documentaries and movies that I really need to watch, but I just haven't had the time, man.
Yeah.
It's nice to know though, you can just sit down one night and go, okay, let's try this movie out. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to have that option,
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, that's something that I'm doing at work actually, is I'm either listening to podcasts. There's a show on HBO Max called In Treatment, which is about a therapist.
Okay.
And it's only like 30-minute episodes, but I can listen to it. I don't need to watch it. So I can just listen to this show, and I've finished season 1, which was really good. And that. But the other thing that I've been watching is a guy, you may not have heard of him. My name is Bife. And I've been going back over the lore in Destiny.
Okay. Really? Okay.
Yeah. So I've listened to everything regarding basically Season of the Splicer, except for the one thing that he released like an hour ago.
I haven't seen that yet.
So yeah, I'm finding all about Saint and his history with the Fallen, and I mean, it's fantastic to find out like the history behind all the stuff that we're seeing and the motivations behind things.
Right.
Because there's something really cool that's like underpinning all of this, and then something really, really scary on the other hand too. Wow. So yeah. What about you, man?
Wow, where do I start? Well, I mean, you started with you mentioned some shows you've been watching, and I'm just going through kind of my history here of stuff. I mean, I jump around all over the place. The Nevers, which was I know you're not a fan. It's about people who get these special powers from like this.
I'm not a fan.
Well, it's like there's like a rapture where something appears in this world, and think like I want to say 1800s or early 1900s England is where it's kind of set, and there's some kind of angel dust that falls, and only certain people absorb it and become, and they're like superheroes. They have special powers, and it wrapped up a few weeks ago. It was what they call a half season. They did like a half season, and then they're going to restart the season, I guess, later in the summer. Well, at least that's maybe that was because of COVID. I don't know, but I really enjoyed that show. It was well done. It had making of the episodes after each weekly episode that I watched, and it was really intriguing to watch how they did stuff, and even anywhere from the plots or whatever to the actual special effects and how they actually did them was pretty cool. I did watch, if you're a fan of South Park, on HBO Max, they have 6 days to air. It's actually the making of a South Park episode, and they literally make their episodes 6 days in advance. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's amazing to me, man, that they've done so many of these shows. How do they not run out of ideas? That's
public. I mean, just look at the media. I mean, look at the news and just go like, holy shit. Yeah.
But just knowing what to decide to pick. I mean, I think that takes them a whole day just to decide what they're going to, what they're going to run with for the week. So I was amazed. It was just really good. Really good. Jumping back over to Netflix. I know you're going to disagree with me here because you did read the graphic novel, but Jupiter's Legacy is like, how do I explain it? It's an origin movie of how a superhero is made. And yeah, the story's a little out there. How they it's kind of a reverse engineered show. They show you the actual present day, and then they go backwards slowly, and every episode they go back further in time, eventually until they get back to where it all began, where they became superheroes. And it's just they call it the Group of Six, and these 6 people are the first, I guess, superheroes, and I guess it's passed down to their children and their families. I guess through birth, it's in their blood or something. But anyway, I thought it was very entertaining, and I guess you have words about this show.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the show was just mishandled because I read all 4 volumes of this thing, just because I was appalled by the trailer. I was like, wow, this trailer looks like absolute dog shit. Why would somebody want to make this into a show? Yeah. So I ended up reading the graphic novel and ended up reading all 4 volumes of it, like 200 pages a pop. And then, yeah, exactly. And then I was like, okay, well, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff here. So I'm like, I'm excited now for the show. And everything that happened in the movie or in that show only took up like maybe half of the first volume.
Oh, so they have a long way to go yet in this full. So you're saying they dumbed it down too much?
Oh, yeah, definitely. They dumbed it down so much that it's actually canceled today, as of today.
They canceled it? They're not bringing it back?
They canceled it. They're not bringing it back yet.
Oh, man. I thought it was good. I mean, I'm an X-Men guy. I love X-Men movies. But, I mean, this was no X-Men movie, but it still had decent production value. And the story was a little convoluted halfway through, but I kind of picked up on it and kind of ran with it. So I tend to give movie stories a little bit of leeway because I want to see where they're going with it and how they are, what they're trying to convey. And sometimes it just disappears. The trail disappears. And you're like, what the hell is this about? This is not a story, but this at least, I don't know.
This had a lot of promise just because it told about basically it told about the struggles that a superhero family would really truly have.
Sure.
And it was like, okay, well, that's kind of cool, let's see if the show can kind of replicate that.
Right.
And it really didn't. It was, I would challenge anybody like yourself to read the novels for free. I mean, they're for free depending on your library app.
Okay.
Because our library app has it for free, and that's what I did.
Okay. What's the author? Who made these?
Well, I would just Mark Millar.
Oh, Mark Millar. Okay.
Yeah, he's the guy who does pretty much everything. But,
I don't know why I never got into science fiction novels, graphic novels. I don't know why I didn't, because I love this kind of stuff. Yeah, you're right. I probably need to start doing that, but reading's hard.
Well, and that's the thing is, this is easier than,
Yeah, it's a lazy man's way of watching the movie, catching up on the series, even if it's dumbed down to the point that you don't even recognize it. I guess that's what you're trying to get across. But well, enough of that. It's too bad it's canceled. But I now that you talk about it, I kind of understand that maybe it had such great promise, but they just didn't capitalize on it. I do want to mention 2 movies that I saw just recently at the movie theaters, and I still have my AMC subscription. I've kept it going. I mean, they gave us some little concessions when the movie theater was closed. They canceled it and didn't charge us. But then when it reopened, they gave us a lot of little perks. They even gave us free money. Free money to use on whatever we wanted to, whether it was, snacks or popcorn or whatever. So that was kind of nice that they did that. And they didn't have to, But I think AMC is a class act. I love the theater. I love the theater chain. But we took full advantage, of course, being that there were 2 brand new movies out this week. And by the way, the movies the opening movies just this weekend grossed over $130 million this week, when that's with only 56% of the theaters open. So maybe movie theaters aren't dead yet. I don't know. We'll see. But, okay. The first movie I saw was Disney's Cruella. I know it was probably simulcast also, or you could also watch it on Disney Plus. I don't know if it was a special.
For like $30.
No,
yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck that. I went to the theater. They can keep their damn money. I went to the theater and saw it on a big, giant digital IMAX screen, nice, comfortable reclining chairs and rumble chairs and everything. It was a nice experience. And my daughter went with us too. So it was kind of neat. Nice. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 74% score from the critics, 97% from the audience. It's 2 hours and 14 minutes long. It's rated PG-13. It grossed $30 million just in the opening weekend. So it's looking good. It's looking good.
The thing is that, I mean, I watched that movie's trailer and I'm like, this movie's trailer looks like dog shit too.
Oh, it was really good.
Look good.
Well, it actually got better as the movie went on. It of course starred Emma Stone as Cruella and Emma Thompson as the Baroness von Hellman. If you know the Disney story, you'll know those characters. This is a 1970s era film, and it's basically the story of how Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians fame, and how it all started, and how she actually all started. And I got to admit, it was really engaging. I thought it was going to be one of these Disney-fied movies, more like PG movie, like Shaggy Dog and all those movies I watched when I was a kid that just had no complexity to it. It was a very simple movie. But I got to tell you, man, Disney let this one go to the dark side, just like the Joker movie last year. And it had some comedic.
You're comparing Cruella?
No, it's not. Oh. No, I'm just saying it went down that dark. It went down that dark road like the Joker did. It was nothing like the Joker. Don't get me wrong. Joker's a totally different movie, a totally different, operation there. But it did get a little dark. I mean, it had some comedic moments too. The supporting cast was very good. Very good acting, very good story, how they're written in. Everything was really good. I tell you what, I highly recommend seeing this if you haven't already. I give it 7.5 Gatr tails out of 10. It was entertaining and has a well-formed story. So that's my final.
I saw that. I saw RNG. He saw this too, and he's like, it was really good.
I was very surprised. I thought it would be, like I said, I thought it would be a typical Disney movie made for kiddos. And this was really made for more like teenagers and adults. It wasn't a kid movie. So, keep that in mind. It's not for the little ones. It's a more serious Disney movie. And that's going to be my new rating system now, Gatr Tails. So 7.5 Gatr Tails out of 10, which means I give it probably a good C+, B-. That was really good. All right, before we move on, the next movie I wanted to talk about was A Quiet Place Part 2.
Ooh.
It was directed...
No spoilers.
No spoilers. I made sure I didn't put any spoilers in here. It was directed by John Krasinski, and it does star Emily Blunt still, which plays her role very well, by the way. It's just a great suspense movie. Running time is only an hour and a half, hour and 37 minutes. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 90% critic score, 94% audience score, and it is also, surprisingly, rated PG-13. It grossed over $80 million in one weekend. It was this was a slam dunk for the movie industry. The movie it basically picks up right from the original story, but it has a little pre-story stuff in too, of how all this trouble started how all this trouble started and how this whole situation, I'm not going to give away too much here, but how the, let's just say the scary people came around. So if you haven't seen the first movie, I probably recommend that you watch it first to fully enjoy the movies, because there won't be any gap in context and understanding things. So I would recommend, renting or streaming the first movie, and that way, it literally is like they just continued the movie. It just jumped right off where it left off, and I tell you what, I really enjoyed this one. I even had to give this one an even better score. It kept me on the edge of my seat for most for the most part of the movie. So we watched this on the IMAX screen as well. I gave this one 8 Gator Tails out of 10. A must watch. This is going to be a future classic movie. So, yeah, definitely watch that one. Nice. I have to give an honorable mention here because this movie I wanted to talk about, but we never had this segment, and it's the movie Nobody. I don't know if you've seen this yet. It stars Bob Odenkirk, which I got to tell you, this guy seems to fit right into this new action role he does. Remember, this wasn't kind of the movies he did earlier. He did more of a geeky, awkward kind of character, and now he's like a badass killer. And
Better Call Saul.
Well, I think that's where people's view of him changed when he wasn't such a clean whistle. He wasn't such a straight goody two shoes type character. He was more of and Better Call Saul. I can't wait for the new season. It's going to be really good. Rotten Tomatoes gave this one an 82 critic score and a 94 again with the audience score. It was an hour and 32 minutes, so it's not a real long one, but it is rated R. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of graphic violence in this movie, so it's not for kiddos. It was released back in March 26th of this year, and it basically is a badass trying to forget his past, and the action scenes, they're just really well done, and I just really enjoyed this one. I give this one 7.5 Gator Tails out of 10. Watch it on demand, as it's a good night of entertainment if you're wanting to watch a movie for the night. This was a good one. Good ending, good all-around story. I really enjoyed this one. So those are my 3, I guess, movie reviews for this segment. And I don't really have anything else to talk about as far as what I've been watching. Is there anything else we wanted to cover, Hazel, before we move on?
Not that I'm aware of, man.
Okay. Well, then it's time for Hazel to do the speed run. We'll do that right after this. Oh, shit. No, I mean... No, I'm just kidding. I had to do it.
It's actually time for Gatr.
No, fuck that shit.
Here we go.
No. We're good. Hey, why don't we, you know what? Let's do the TWAB. We'll do that when we come back. Right, 4th week of Season of the Splicer. Hazel, what is the TWAB all about this week, man?
All right, so it starts off, and it's talking about the infamous cutscene that was released this week to anyone who finished the expunge mission and that, where basically we get the Fallen's perspective, or the Elixni, their perspective on Saint 14. And with it, it's not very flattering to him. Just spoiler alert there. Because Saint was a little angry, is my understanding from the lore that I've read lately. And because he was so angry, he ended up basically, killing a bunch of Elixni. So, yeah. So we get to find their perspective out that they don't really like Saint, and he's not the hero that we view him to be, possibly. But it's all perspective, basically.
Yeah, you showed me, you sent me the video on this. I didn't finish the expunge mission, but
yeah. I can't wait to hear how many times you die during it this week.
Oh no, it won't be 18 this time. I
bet it'll be higher.
No, is it that much harder?
No. Yeah, it is.
Okay, good. But I'll tread
that
lightly.
being said, though, I have beaten both of these in under 10 minutes, both.
Really?
Yeah.
No help, huh? Solo?
Yeah, solo.
Nice.
Come on now, I'm not Kingsley.
Oh, come on. Oh shit. Kingsley has to make everything a raid. That man loves to raid, man. I mean, kudos on this week's episode, guys. You guys talked about your your VOG experience, and being that I haven't even done a VOG yet, I gotta say, outside looking in, I'm a little jealous, but man, day one just killed me. It just knocked the breath out of me. And I was like, you know what? VOG can wait. I'm okay. And then to boot, I've just been so damn busy, man. I haven't had time to spend 2-3 hours on a raid this week.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
but it'll be there. It's not going anywhere. We'll be fine.
Yep.
And I did want to mention, since we have a little bit shorter show this week, we had a full VOG discussion of our first day, our day one VOG experience with Respawn from last week's episode. And the show was getting so long, I had to take it out. But as a bonus for our longtime listeners, I'm going to add that at the end of the show this week. I forgot to mention that at the beginning, but I will be adding that that discussion we had about our first days doing VOG. So hopefully it doesn't bore you or anything, but I thought it was hilarious. And Respawn is just a hilarious dude.
Yeah, it was great to get to know the guy behind the character.
Yes,
you know,
yes, he's a much more serious, and he's a very intelligent guy too. So,
yeah, don't tell him that.
Well, he doesn't listen to these, so don't worry about it.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, he does kind of have. He's like a really humble guy.
He is really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sorry. Sorry I threw you off track, but I did want to mention that because I forgot to mention it in the first part of the show. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay.
So yes, so that's interesting about the cutscene there, and then one thing with that is that so the Elixni basically are scared of Saint. Saint doesn't like the Elixni, and Ikora put Saint as our basically our intermediary between.
Isn't that weird?
Mithrax and us. Mithrax,
yeah, I know. And these people are like cringing, like they're just like their nightmares came to life.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So, I mean, I understand what her point of view is. Her point of view is that, you know, if he can get along with Mithrax, then great. You know, that will show the rest of the city.
Yeah.
About you know that what's going on and that hey, this is a good thing and everything else.
What's possible, right?
Exactly, right. If Mithrax, whoever you want to say, and Saint can get along, then great. That's anyone can get along then,
right?
But we've got good old Lakshmi 2 out there, spreading hate and everything else.
Yeah, about that.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Your team redacted now.
I'm team redacted. Yeah, I'm abstaining. I'm not going to choose any sides. It's team redacted because I'm going to pick a side once I know how the story ends.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the reason why Gatr is undefeated in his picks whenever he, has to choose something because he really doesn't pick, or he picks all the things.
Damn it. You told him my secret, man. What are you doing?
Your secret. So, so there is that. You can hear the disdain in my voice about all of this. So with all of the Lakshmi 2 stuff and everything like that, and me diving into bike videos about lore and things. There's, some crazy stuff out there that people need to listen to or watch or, read. It's just fantastic because there's like this, the crow. Wait a minute. I'm like, my voice is going.
Pause here.
There we go.
Get some water. There you go.
Yeah. Beer.
That's why you always hear me sipping, because we do so much talking. Hopefully people are doing some listening. And, I have a bunch of fans going too, because it's Florida and it's hell here. So yeah. Yep. I get it.
So, there's just some great lore out there. There's a fallen that's been murdered, because of a misunderstanding. It's just, there's this, there's that. And then spoiler alert for probably like the next, 30 seconds here is that, in the mission, the override mission, when you beat it, Lakshmi 2 comes out and says, hey, there's, have you heard the song the city is singing? And it's the same tune as Savathun's song.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So I don't know if they mean that she's making this up, maybe, or if the whole city is singing this tune, which means that Savathun is infesting the city.
And maybe eventually everyone's going to be under Savathun's influence, and we're the only ones left standing. Maybe, I don't know.
Exactly.
Kind of seems that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, because I think Shax is.
Well, he's always been singing it because that skull was there next to him.
Yeah. So Shax, I mean, it's been, Eris. Even Crow was singing it.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I mean, holy shit. And if the whole city is singing it too,
yeah,
I'm scared.
Yeah, it's a little worrisome.
Yeah. I view this on level of like a horror almost.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all of that being said, getting back to the TWAB here, Iron Banner is back next week.
Good.
Get that. Get your Pentacles.
And now you
Reese
can
Walker.
Now, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
The Reese Walker and the Archon's Thunder Machine Gun. Reese Walker is a shotgun again, for anybody who doesn't know. And basically, they found out that they weren't available through alternate means. So basically, now they fixed it, and now you can use your tokens to get that stuff.
Start slinging tokens now.
There you go.
2,100 of them.
I don't know how many I have. Let me take a look.
Being it only takes 20 to get a piece of gear. So that's 21.
Oh, I've got 1,000.
200. No, is that right? No, that'd be. Damn, really? That's a lot of pieces of gear, man. We'll be able to farm. We'll be able to farm that. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Then we're doing a fashion show. So you can go ahead and throw out your best looking Guardian after transmod.
I've always enjoyed this. This is fun.
Yeah.
I actually participated a few times.
Yeah, so have I. So yeah. And here we are. And you get a really snazzy emblem. So I'm going to try it this time too and see. And let me see here. That doesn't really seem right. Oh, okay. So basically, you want to get them in pretty much as soon as possible because they'll be sharing winners from June 7th to June 12th.
Wow, that's
pretty soon.
That's pretty quick, yeah.
Yeah, so June 7th is Monday. So I'm guessing you pretty much got to get this in this week or right now.
Do it now.
Yeah. Stop what you're doing. Don't listen to us anymore.
Right.
Go put this shit out there if you want to try to get a cool emblem.
Yep.
All right. Although you probably do it later and be part of the June 12th group too.
Good.
So. Yep. All right. So another patch out the door. So they released a patch just today. For some other cool things. Teleporting enemies. They were working on that. They gave an update that PC performance, that they're still looking into that because of the changes that they made to the game originally.
You mean the engine? I'm sorry. Did I say that word? I know it's banned. I can't say that word anymore. The new way that the game is communicating internally. How about that?
That's right. Look at you.
See? Aww. I got it.
I'm really glad that Bungie chose their words very carefully and did not mention the word engine in that paragraph just for you.
I didn't. Nope.
So, Kingsley, that was for you. Hotfix 3.2.0.3 empty tank lost sector is now rewarding the correct legs on leg day, or any day. Archon's Thunder and Reese Walker Shotgun Stasis. Who gives a shit? Shit's broken. They're fixing it.
There it is.
More shit's broken. They'll be fixing that shit later too. Videos, artwork, and then little teaser of a picture of just some Guardian wearing some snazzy new armor.
What?
Yeah.
Where's this?
Down way at the bottom.
Oh, why do they do that?
Because they want you to keep reading.
Oh.
Okay, now read underneath it. Read.
Okay, that was a quick tease, and we are eager to show you more about the Witch Queen. Expect to hear from us again with more details later in the summer. We have some awesome content to play between now and then. See you out there in the wild.
So yeah, so that's the first screenshot.
Nice.
The Witch Queen.
It looks like a little bit of the what is it, the 9? Like, I get a 9 feel here.
I don't know.
That chess piece
looks... It's an interesting symbol.
Yeah, that chess piece is different.
Yeah. So, your boy Hazel didn't want to leave you hanging a little bit here with this picture. So, apparently, there's some talk about the area that this guardian might be standing in.
Oh.
Yeah. Apparently, it could be old Chicago.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. I can't, It's too blurry, man. I can't really make it out.
I think that's on purpose.
Oh, okay. It's fascinating. I love this stuff. Yeah. I like that helmet too. It looks really neat. It's different.
Yeah, I got to see that helmet a little. I mean, I want to like take the Guardian and move him around a little bit.
Yeah, I want to rotate him.
See. I mean, there's like the weird little like stitching or stitches.
Yeah.
On like the helmet, like where the eye would be. I don't know. I'm trying to understand it, but
yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Curious.
That's why I love Destiny, man. They always have the coolest, most creative stuff.
Yeah. So, then again, we could be sunk, and that could actually just be an exotic helmet. That
probably, I don't know. It's like next level, man. It looks like there's next level detail, or maybe
there's like some circles.
Yeah, I see that.
Like this on the chest and that kind of thing. And
does it look like we're getting darker? You don't get that vibe? Like we're definitely in the dark path here?
Yeah. What is that emblem on their chest? On that chest, it's like the circles.
That's what circles. Oh, that's why I was thinking the 9, but it may be different. It might be some other.
Like this is going to annoy me to no end.
It's like half moon. Figure the shit out. Half moon full, like the Traveler maybe, and then there's halves on each side, and then the shell of each on each side. I don't know. Yeah, that's intriguing.
So, lore people, or anybody who has a question about it, like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Just go ahead, take a look at the TWAB. You can see the picture. We'll share it in our Discord as well under spoilers. But if you know the emblem that's there, it's on the tip of my tongue. What the hell is it? So, but if you can let us know, I'll give you a shout out and I'll say, hey, I appreciate you.
There we go.
And ladies and germs, that is the TWAB.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Hazel. I tell you what, man. I've been jonesing. I want to answer some questions tonight, man. What do you think? Want to head to that next?
I like it.
Let's do it. Be right back, gang.
Hey Guardians, would you like to send us a question for the show? Well, there's 4 ways to do it.
Number 1, join our Discord server. There's a join link in our show notes. We have some great gamers in there, by the way, and you can just lurk or hang out or jump right in and talk with us. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions where you can type in your question for the show.
You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, or we also tweet out almost every week about our upcoming show, guest, and you can respond there with your questions at guardian_d_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast. Remember, that's all one word. And we'll play it on the show for you guys.
Speak pipe is honestly my favorite thing. But anyway, thank you for all you guys do, and toddles.
And later, Guardian. All right, boys and girls, it's that time of the week. This is where we get our questions from our community. As usual, we have a ton to pick from here. And you know what, Hazel? I'm going first this week, man. No speak pipes this week, so I had one. This one was given to us a long time ago, and this gentleman always has some really good questions while he's out and about. So this one is from Uncle Scumdeath. If you could be the main vocalist for a band, which would it be? Mine would be Queen.
Oh, that's a great answer.
Yeah, that is a good answer.
I mean, assuming it's not me actually singing, and I have their voice coming out of me, I would be all for it.
You mean to
go with? What?
So if you were to Freaky Friday with a main vocalist for a band, who would it be? Because you would be in their body, but your mind.
Now, I guess I have to preface it with this: is that this would have to be like the original band, not the later one.
Okay.
I'd have to say Journey.
Oh, good. Steve Perry. Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Good answer, man. I didn't even think of that. There's so many good vocalists out there. You're never going to guess mine, dude. I don't even know if our listeners
Lizzie.
No, I don't even know if any of you guys even know this group. This is how old I am. I would be the lead singer for Mr. Mister in the 80s.
Didn't they do... What song did they do? They had a one-hit wonder.
No, they had several, but Broken Wings is the one that comes to mind. I'm not going to sing it. I want to because
give us a little.
No, it's in the same vocal range that I can sing in tune, but I just suck at singing. I don't have any vibrato or anything, so I can sing. I can sing along to songs, but I can stay in tune because of my band music ear. But I don't sound good. Did I tell you I tried to do a recording of Penny Lover by Lionel Richie when I first dated my girlfriend and we were up in Indianapolis in a mall? If I tell you that cassette would be worth so much money now because my wife didn't want to spend the money to get the track made. And I sat there and sang Penny Lover. And once I heard it back, I was like, dear God, destroy that cartridge. We used tape cassettes back in the day, kid.
I'm going to have to message your daughter and see if we can get a copy of that.
Many have tried to find it, but it is elusive. My wife probably has it hidden away somewhere deep in the house. But yeah, it would be the lead singer for Mr. Mister. I love that. I love their music, man. So, yep. All right.
Nice.
What else we got here?
All right. Here we go. So, I like this one.
Okay.
Question from Sweaty Spooks. He just threw this out there today.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. I got an answer too.
Question for the show. Do you even air guitar, bro?
Hey, I don't just air guitar. I do air synthesizer when I'm in the car. And I can air drum too. My wife rolls her eyes every time, but I will literally play the keys on the steering wheel. Like I'm actually playing the synthesizer during solos and stuff. And then I'll do like the offbeat, with the stick on her head. That kind of bugger. I do a lot of air stuff, bro. So yeah, I air guitar, man.
Nice.
What about you, Hazel? You an air guitar guy?
Always.
Dude.
I'm so much that my daughter does it now too.
Nice. So pass that on, man.
It's fantastic. It's our family tradition.
Absolutely. My son does it too. He's not quite as good as me, but he's getting there. So
yeah, he's got to keep practicing. You don't want to get rusty with that.
Yeah. I got one here from Rye for short. Question for the show. Who is the greatest rapper of all time? For me, there's no doubt at all. Biggie all day, every day. That's kind of old school, isn't it? Well, what would yours be?
Not really.
I'm curious. I'm not a rap guy. I do have someone in mind, but I'm not going to tell you who that is until I pick my music this week. But I want to know what yours is, Hazel.
So, I knew that we were gonna pick this one. I just knew it because I grew up, to me, in the heyday of rap. I mean, there was I mean, Tupac, Biggie.
Oh, so 90s.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, it was them. It was, I mean, Dr. Dre. I mean, I'll include Eminem. I don't think he's on that list. At least old Eminem. I'll say that. I don't know, maybe old Eminem.
Yeah, no, even new. I like new Eminem too, man.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just think rap has changed a lot since then.
What about Ice-T?
I mean, Ice-T was a lot harder. I mean, he's not like the the PG guy that you see playing Destiny now.
Right.
No, he was talking about Cop Killer and stuff like that.
NWA. I mean, there's some good ones out there.
Man. Yeah. I mean, Too Short. Yeah. I mean, I started getting out of it though, like when Jay-Z's came on the scene.
Okay.
Jay-Z, when he did, and Drake, I'm like, oh man, what the hell is this? It's like, this isn't rap music. So I think my answer
You've become an old guy. No shit. Back in my day, rap was really a good story.
Yeah, it's not like mumble rap.
Yeah. I like Migos though. I like their stuff. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, some of it's okay. I mean, I think I'm even adding some mumble rap this week, but so sue me. But I think, I mean, like for me, like the first rap CD that I had was The Chronic, and this like changed my life. I'd never heard music like this before.
Really? Okay.
So, I think my answer would have to be Dr. Dre.
Cool deal. Yeah, that's that's hard to top. But Rye, you'll have to make sure you listen to our song choices tonight. I'll tell you a little bit about my pick. It's probably not going to be as hip as you think, but I don't care. It's from the heart, man. So I have one.
Hey, it's my pick. My question.
Oh, my bad, dude. My bad.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. I just have a question here. So
okay.
Now this one is another one from Dobra. And it's a question for Gatr.
Oh, God. Okay.
Being an avid movie buff in your lifetime, how much time do you think you've saved not having to rewind VHS tapes?
Let me tell you, Dobra.
Fuck. I remember those.
My life totally changed in 1982 when the VCRs and stuff started being more mainstream, when they weren't so expensive. I remember going to my first video store. It literally must have been 800 square feet. It was the smallest, narrowest little store I've ever been in. And my mom would let us pick out something, and we had like a wire rack. Don't laugh. A wire rack with like a little turnstile, and there was like 25 movies on there, and that's all I could choose from. That's the beginnings of what was now Blockbuster, but that was the very first video store, and God, rewinding was a pain in the ass.
Yep.
And thank God VCRs eventually had an auto rewind when you played to the end, because I remember I'd play to the end and forget to rewind it, and they charged me like $5 or $7 to rewind it at Blockbuster. I was so pissed when that happened. But man, you're bringing back some memories, man. There's so many good movies. I used to bootleg the hell out of VCR tapes. VHS was so easy to bootleg movies. I'd have a VCR. I would record TV movies and commercials, everything. I didn't give a crap. And man, I recorded so many things with my VCR back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Were you in that? Was that you were probably
yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, my dad, my first, it wasn't even VHS. It was Betamax.
Damn. We didn't even mess with Beta. It was too expensive.
Well, that's what my dad brought home. He's like, he brought home this huge fucking box.
My dad was a builder, dude. He listened to Paul Harvey on the AM radio. There's no way in hell he's bringing home a Betamax. No way. No way.
So he brought home this big ass box. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, what the hell is this? And then like he like brought in a movie, and we watched a movie on there, and then who knew? Betamax wouldn't last. So then we got VHS, and I remember there was a little like a carpet place that we had, and it was like half carpet place and half video rental.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
The mom and pop shops that started out, it was just crazy, dude. I mean, they were on a shoestring budget when they open these businesses. I mean, it was such bare bones, and then you can see why Blockbuster did so well, because it was such a clean, and they had tons of movies. They had tons of copies of movies.
Well, that's the thing though, because there's a movie called I think it's called The Last Blockbuster or something like that.
Yeah, I saw it. It's a documentary. I think it was on Netflix, wasn't it? Or was it on? Netflix.
And I mean, they talk about basically what Blockbuster did to put the mom and pop places out of business.
Yeah. And
I'm like, I can't really fault them, because I'm a capitalist. What can I say?
Sure.
I'm like, hey, they did it better than anybody else.
Hey, if they do it better, they earned it. I'm the same mindset. Hell yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was just so great though to see that and to relive those memories again. Yeah. So, and just to re-answer his question, it didn't matter how much time it took to rewind the tape, because back then I was so young, time didn't mean anything. Like today, we're like counting the minutes. Like, well, I want to at least have 30 minutes to watch this show before I go to bed or something. Something like that. But when you're a kid, you don't give a crap. You're literally living present day only. There's no planning. So, yeah, it didn't matter to me. Yep, exactly.
Let's see. I have one from Golden God here. This was an interesting question. Easy answer, but interesting question. If you could dual wield weapons, what two would you use? I'm curious what you're going to pick here, Hazel.
I would say dual SMGs.
Yeah, I can do that in Call of Duty. Dual Telestos, baby. Dual Telestos. I'll just frickin' spray purple everywhere, dude. There are no shotgunners will even come near me.
Clip that.
Oh, shit.
Spray purple everywhere. I'm going to call you callous.
Oh, man, I can't help myself. You know what, though? I've been using Telesto lately in Crucible, and they have secretly really nerfed that fusion rifle. It really doesn't do the damage it used to do.
Not according to Fallout. I watched a video where he played 50 games of Rumble.
Really?
And he was using it, and he's like, it's so good.
I don't know. Maybe I just lost my touch using it. I mean, I have 30,000 kills on it. I think I have 10,000 just in Crucible. And I tell you what I do love using it for is ad control or ad. I use it on our day one VOG. I talked about it in the bonus footage we'll have later. But I love it for PvE, but PvP, I'm actually using the I'll even pull it up here. It's a fast firing fusion rifle. I love fast firing fusion rifles because by the time you wind up, a slow firing high impact fusion, the guy in the Crucible has already slid and shotgun you before you can even, and even the Telesto has a 780 millisecond charge time. That's forever. So I have been using this Garden of Salvation fusion rifle called Zealot's Reward. It has Disruption Break and Rampage, but I use a Particle Repeater for more stability, and it has Arrowhead Break. So it's really, as far as recoil direction, it's very accurate. I've been using that to dissuade our shotgun users, and I gotta admit, man, it's working better than Telesto right now for me in Crucible. I just want to throw that out there. But yeah, man, that's what I'd be using. I mean, SMGs, I mean, they've been doing that in Call of Duty for a long time now, and yeah, they definitely mow down anything that comes near you close range. I could see you doing that. Yeah. All right. What else we got?
Okay. So, Sharp Mythoclast. Because this bastard ended up getting the Mythoclast, and what was the other one he did? He got another one too.
Oh, this is
yeah.
This is Sharp. Okay.
Yeah.
Sharp. This is Sharp Valor, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I wanted to commend Sharp Valor. Great job, man, on your new podcast. You're doing good things, man. That first podcast you did was so well edited. I DM'd him right after I listened to it. I said, dude, great edit. You did a great job on it. Especially the opening bit was hilarious. And how he weaved them in, like all different people talking and leaving just messages to him. He really weaved it in nicely. It's well done.
Yeah. What was really funny though was that he cut out like what I said. So he like, you son of a bitch. Sorry, I'm not playing the game right now. But just a little PSA: if you see a war mine cell on the ground and it's not yours, and you don't have a war mine cell build, don't fucking touch it.
Okay, Respawn.
No, I'm serious. I put together a build, so it's like, you know, it will heal me and everybody else around me.
Right.
Like, and this bastard keeps fucking shooting him.
Oh no, that's not good. That's not good.
So, yeah. So his question was, at what point did you realize you weren't clearing Vault of Glass in Contest mode?
Go ahead. Oh wait, I got to answer first because you asked it. Okay. It was when we got to, contest mode was so much different than it. I've heard people are breezing through the Vault of Glass now. Day one was tough, man. It knocked my ego down a couple notches. I won't lie. But once we got clear of, oracles and got to the Templar, I kind of realized, no, Templar's as far as we're going. And we had a great team too. We just ran out of time. We had been working on just getting to the Templar. It took so much energy and time to do that. It was only going to get harder. So, that's when I kind of realized I'm going to be happy with just getting to the Templar on day one.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say pretty much when I felt really demoralized. Like when I gave up all hope on, on anything, basically.
Some about being naked in the bathroom?
In the girls' bathroom?
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, that was definitely a thing. So I wouldn't recommend it. It's not as much fun as it sounds.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Well,
definitely.
Listen to the bonus footage at the end of the show on this episode, and we talk about that very thing. So, yeah. All right. Well, that was your question. I have one. I hope I say this right. This is Boreptizer. That's how I'm going to say it. Boreptizer. And you can correct me, sir, if I say it wrong. Just send me a message and break it up for me so I understand how to do it. Question for the show. What is the best sounding weapon in the game? Cheers. Keep up the good work. Thanks for that question, Boreptizer. Well, what do you think, Hazel?
Best sounding weapon?
Best sounding weapon in the game.
I don't know.
Best sounding. I can tell you the worst sounding is the Pallades corrector, the Amalon scout rifle. It's just like a thud, 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 thud. It's just such a dopey sound coming from a gun. It's just annoying because it brings me back to Destiny 1 when all the Amalons did that. So that would be the worst for me. The best one would be...
I think maybe my best one would be Xenophage.
Oh, yeah.
It just sounds like you're shooting like some big fucking chungus of a gun.
Yeah. That makes sense. I would... I tell you what, I'm torn. There's two that really sound good. I mean, hear me out. The first in, last out slug shotgun has such a crisp, like, bam, knock. It's like a knocking noise. It's like, knock, you're dead, knock. It's like a really quick, abrupt shotgun, and it sounds so freaking solid when you use it. Try it out next time you're in the game. Try the first in, last out if you got one from the gunsmith. And I'd have to put it with a tie with the new Grid Skipper. I like the sound of that pulse rifle, man. It's very futuristic. It sounds really good. So yeah, those would be my tie for first ones.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay, it's your turn.
All right. So, I like this one. Rye for short. Question for the show. Today, I learned a random fact. The shortest commercial flight in the world is in Scotland between the islands Westray and Papa Westray, a distance of 1.7 miles, which is scheduled for 90 seconds.
Wow.
What unpopular rant do you know?
One unpopular random fact. Do you know? You cut out a little bit. Oh, sorry, I was repeating it. Unpopular random fact. I have so many random facts. My wife just rolls her eyes usually. I guess I could give you one from my job, right? Insect lore, as you would. Let's see. Okay, here's an unpopular fact. Did you know the cockroach has 7 actual, they call them instars, but a cockroach has to shed its skin 7 times on average. Some are a little more, some are a little less, but on average, 7 times they have to shed their skin to be able to grow until they're finally an adult. 7 times. So, there you go. An unpopular random fact. What do you got, Hazel?
That is very unpopular and very random.
Are you Googling? No, just kidding.
No, I'm actually not. So, my random fact is that January 6th is National Bean Day.
Oh, jeez. That is definitely unpopular and a random fact. That's for damn sure. Yeah. Damn, 1.7 miles, 90 seconds on a... That's got to be the lowest mileage plane in the world.
90 It takes longer to board that damn thing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, but they're islands, you know? They're islands, so you have to fly over the water, so... It'd probably take a lot longer if you were in a boat. I'm just amazed they have that they even offer that form of transportation and not just a boat only.
That are just giving them the finger and just say, get the fuck over there.
Yeah, really. Oh, man. Okay. Is this one from you?
Is that the one that's like inept old fart?
No, it's at Hazel Rax, aka Mr. Diamond. My question for you, did you enjoy playing it on a next-gen console with higher res and frame rate? Oh, I like your new aka inept old fart. Oh, this is inept old fart.
Yeah.
He was asking, since you now have an Xbox Series X, I guess he's asking, did you enjoy playing on the next-gen console with a higher res and frame rate?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I would say everyone needs to do this.
Eventually, I think everyone will. I mean, eventually when they phase out the other ones, but I can't, it's hard for me to jump on PC now. I've been playing 95% of Destiny on my PS5. It's just easy to boot up. Boom, boom, boom. All the voice chat and everything is so easy to use, and I'm so used to PlayStation already. So yeah, I mean, it's, and I take it for granted now. Whereas when you play it on PC, you could see your frame rates going up and down, and you can see the game trying to adapt, and you get into a really active scene, you see your frames dip a little bit. You don't notice that when you're on a next-gen console. At least they smooth that part out where you don't really see it. It's not abrupt. That's true. I'm totally spoiled. And of course, if it's not 4K, it's damn near 4K, and I can't even do that on my computer. So it's pretty damn amazing. So,
well, hey, question for you real quick.
Yeah.
So on, I don't know about the PlayStation, so I'm only asking in terms of, my ignorance there. But does it have like auto resume on the PlayStation? So like if you're like you turn it off for the night and you turn it on in the morning, can you pick it and it like starts right up?
Yeah, it'll just tell you, hey, we sent you to orbit. But yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, isn't that fantastic?
That's pretty cool. I think yours does it better though. That's one of the features the Xbox Series X had, is you could jump between games even and immediately resume them.
Yes.
That's what sold me on the Series X, because I don't really jump around a lot of games, but I like to pause a game, jump over and pop up Spotify or something and jump back in and continue. It's so easy to do on a console versus trying to do it on PC or the older stuff.
Well, if you have two monitors, it makes things infinitely easier.
That's true, but once you click on the other monitor, then your first monitor you play on, you have to make sure to click back on it. Otherwise, you're just going to get 30 flat frames.
Right.
It looks terrible. So, just those little value added things make a difference to me.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, that's our PSA. So buy next gen if you can get one and have the funds to do so. So
yeah. I mean, they're a lot of fun to play. Sorry for those who are still trying to find one.
Yeah, I know Grugerux, he sent a message out and was like, hey, he's like, I'm going to try to, get a PS5, what tips do you have? And I was like throwing out some for him just because I'm like, they're out there. You just have to kind of get some luck on your side and that kind of thing.
It's real simple. So, you bribe your daughter and make her feel like you're letting daddy down if you don't find one for him.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just kidding. She did it. I didn't ask for it. And she just brought it to me as a surprise. So
yeah. You just said you're out of the family if you don't do this. So.
No, I didn't say that at all. You can't prove that, Hazel. No, you can't prove that. No. I'm sorry. A little defensive.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I don't understand. But yeah, real quick, just one story about, my gamer tag or my name in Discord right now, how it is Hazel Rex. So it's an Easter X kind of thing. Yes. And then AKA Mr. Die Man, because during the raid, day one raid, my wife and daughter were sitting there watching me. And my daughter's like, Daddy dies a lot. He should change his name to Mr. Die.
You mentioned that in that footage. We're going to put it to the end of the show. Yeah, that was awesome, dude. That was awesome. I get that now. I forgot about that.
That's fucking heartwarming.
You're dying a lot, Daddy. Daddy, you're kind of sucky. Shit.
She didn't say that.
No. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, that's harsh. Yeah. No, kids don't notice that. No.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
I got one from Not Arf here. Hope you're doing well, sir. Question for the show. So I'm sat here watching the live action Beauty and the Beast, and I can't help. He's typing on his phone. I can see here. I can't help think what item of furniture or fittings I would be. My question is, what item would you be and why? Oh, Lord. What would you be, Hazel, if you were in the Beauty and the Beast movie? Do you need me to repeat the question?
No, I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, maybe a stove because I like cooking.
There you go.
That'll work. Yeah, I know what yours would be.
All right, let's see if you're on the same wavelength as me. What is it?
All right, ready?
Yeah.
I'd say a toilet because you talk a lot of shit.
No, you're wrong. I would be a PS5.
Oh God.
All right, that's a lame answer.
So you are a toilet.
Oh, no comment. I do sling some shit. That's for damn sure. I probably should not talk so much shit sometimes. Anyway, yeah. Don't at me here, but I really haven't really watched the latest Beauty and the Beast stuff. I know about the candle, one of the Candelabra. I'm sorry, my kids are grown now. I haven't really watched a lot of the newer.
He doesn't
Disney
have
stuff.
to.
I don't have to. I don't have to go sit in the theaters and wonder or get on my phone and go, what else am I missing today by watching this movie? No, I would, I don't know, just from an ignorance level, I'd be a fish tank. I'd have a little fish sitting in, I can look through the fish's eyes and watch you all the time. Okay, that's not creepy. All right, let's get rid of that question.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. Go ahead, Hazel. Let's take a few more here, man.
Yeah.
We're doing good on time.
All right. Okay. All right. So, Nitro_TJ, new member.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome. Yeah. If you could add one mission into the game, what would it be? For me, I'd love to have a mission where we fight alongside a bunch of people and get a cutscene where we fight with Zavala, Ikora, Shax, and others. I feel like this would be an awesome mission.
Oh, yeah, that would be.
That's kind of reminds me, like his idea kind of reminds me of D2 Vanilla.
Yeah.
So I don't know when he joined into the world of Destiny, but that was basically like the first mission in D2 Vanilla is that you got to spend time with like Cade, you got to spend time with Ikora a little bit, and
you jumped
Zavala.
in. Yeah, you were going through the tower as they were getting attacked, and you were in Zavala's bubble, and then Ikora throws
out 2 of them, didn't she?
No, she threw the 3-way one that we can't even use anymore. The Shatter, the Shatter Nova, which please, Bungie, please bring Shatter back. That was such a great super. It doesn't have to track, but just have it spread out.
Yeah. And then Cade pulled out his gun and shot 3
Cabal boom,
in the door for you.
I was like, damn, that was fast.
Yeah. But did you know, though, that you could actually watch Zavala get killed? Did you know that?
What?
Yeah. Yeah, he would die occasionally.
When they were blowing up his bubble?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
He would die
and he get rest?
10 minutes. Yeah, he'd res himself.
No shit.
Yeah, it was badass.
I played that story so many times. How did I miss that? Wow.
Probably because you were busy trying to live.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that was a nuts part of the game.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Plus, I was probably trying to rank up alternate accounts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, man. I really love the lore surrounding the Iron Lords. And I would love to join up with one of the Iron Lords from way back in the day and go fight one of these barons that have the light, that were bullying and controlling little towns here and there. I would love to have a mission where we went alongside, the original Iron Lords and go in there and just kick ass and
smack the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, headbutt them and free all the people. They didn't have to live under such rule. Can live their lives. It's hard enough. It's when the darkness hits. So come on. So
nice.
That would be mine, man. I always go back to that whenever we talk about stories that should be in Destiny. That's one I really would love to see.
I like that. Me, I'm going to take the opposite approach.
Okay.
Now, I don't mean to feed Gatr and his, love of, me being, me wanting to see death and destruction and everything like that.
We want to watch the world burn. That's for damn sure.
But, well, damn. Okay. Well, maybe I do. But I'd like to be part of the, the 5-man fire team? Or no, 3 people? Sorry. That went down into Crota.
Oh.
So it's like Ariana.
Yes.
So you're basically walking into death and you know this going in.
I think it was a full 6. And then.
No, it wasn't 6.
Yeah, the very first one lost his ghost. It was crazy, man. When she respins that tail, it was eerie, man.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see that. I think I think walking into certain death and you know it. I think that would be kind of like, it would give this haunting thing of maybe you can live this time or something like that.
I don't want to feed your ego already more than it's already fed, but I really
Go ahead.
I really like that you wanted to see the Guardian struggle. I really like that. That's appealing to me. I want to see a little adversity, I think sometimes things are a little too rosy and sunshiny every season when things end perfectly. I gotta admit, man, that's a good idea. I'd like to see maybe us fail at a season and have to carry on to the next season to correct it. I don't know.
Well, sadly, I think we may not get a season like that. We may get a year like that.
We might. Never say never with Bungie. Yeah. Yeah, good question. I love that question. Okay. How about I pick one, you pick one. You can close it out.
Sure.
All right, let me find a good one here. Well, they're all good, but let me find one we haven't mentioned their name yet. I would say, all right, we'll go with a fun one here. This is from Jealous the Kid. Question for the show. How many times do you change your playlist or genre of music during the day? Also, what are your top 2 genres to listen to? I change about 3 times, and I love pop punk early 2000s. Man, for a guy that's so young, that is an eclectic taste. He's beyond his years, man, I swear.
He is.
Yeah. Interesting guy. What do you think, Hazel? How many times you change your playlist or genre, and what are your top 2 genres?
Oh man. How often do I change playlists? I would say maybe like once, possibly. Because, okay, not that I have an ego or anything, but I have a playlist. Yeah, I'm a humble guy as much as Respawn is.
What are you saying? You were kind of a big deal?
No, I'm definitely not going to say that. It should just be implied, and you should already know that.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah. But I've actually added like all the songs that I've added to our playlist. I have them in my own playlist that just the songs that I've added.
I've done that too.
And I keep adding songs to it just in case I ever like run out of songs or something along those lines.
Now, answer me this: do you do it just to see if there's a trend, and maybe you should maybe have more diverse picks, or do you do it just so you know, keep track of what you've added, or both?
I do it more for the ego portion of it, of knowing that I love every song that I pick and put on there. Yeah. So sometimes I just want to put it on, and my mix is very varied.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's things on there from, country to rap to punk to rock, everything in between. And then, the other side of it is that I love basically adding new songs to it where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to add this or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Next time.
Right.
So, but yeah, so that's, sometimes I just want to listen to my own music that I like already. But one cool thing about Spotify is that they actually added a thing where they said, hey, you like this playlist? Well, they made me a playlist of my own music, basically, that like based on my own music that I like. So I got to like hear some new music that is not something that I typically would listen to.
I like that.
And I got to find some new artists and things along those lines.
Yeah, I have to admit, Spotify's a little bit ahead of Apple when it comes to music, their music service. I have both, only because I have Apple phones and Apple Music gels really well with them. Not to mention we have other Apple people, and I like to have both playlists. But Spotify is always trying to expand your taste. They're actively doing it all the time, and I got to admit, man, they're very good at it too. Apple, just don't get as much input from them. It's like, if you're searching for something, they'll easily find it for you. But if they do have it, I'm sure Kingsley and RNG is going to come on and say, well, actually, Gatr, they actually do have all that stuff. You're just not listening. You're probably right. But I have really clung on to Spotify's music now. I'm not even listening to my Sirius radio as much. I've been listening to it. Whenever I get in the truck and I'm on Bluetooth, it's Spotify, dude. I pop it right in. So, what were your top 2 genres?
Oh man,
I know that's tough.
It's like might as well ask like, what kid do I like the best? And I only have one. So
yeah, I hear you.
For me, I'd have to go with. Oh god, man, rock definitely.
What kind of rock? Like just general, like 80s rock, alt rock, pop rock.
I think alt.
There's so many kinds.
I think alt rock is kind of my thing. Yeah. But I'm like wide open.
Yeah.
I like some harder stuff. Like Highly Suspect. Things like that. So, it all just depends on what I'm in the mood for. I don't know. And then I'd probably have to say, I don't want to say rap because it just, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, here's
everything.
Here's the problem, Hazel. Back in the day, it was rock, R&B, blues, country, symphonic, classical, whatever you want to say. And that was it. But now have you seen the different kinds of rock music? I mean,
oh God, man.
I want to say prog rock, but it's not. It's not prog rock. It's neo-progressive rock. It's it's what they call there's theme rock. There's all kinds of rock out there. Just rock. And
there's like post, like everything rock, and
it's crazy, man.
There's just a lot out there.
That's why when I do my song picks, sometimes I'll mention what kind of rock it is, because it's so segmented now that it seems to be like there's so many different avenues to go down. But for me, I have probably 3 rotating playlists I go through. One is my show playlist possible picks from my show. I always like to mull those in my head to make sure they have sticking power, that they're repeatable and they're good songs. I do have a Gatr's Ultimate playlist that has all my ultimate music, like Yes and Missio and stuff like that. And in my range, just like yours, Hazel, is varied. I mean, I've listened to new country. I listen to hard metal music up to the point that it doesn't get into screamo. I really can't get into screaming because my musical ear just clashes with any kind of rhythm, or not rhythm, but tones or sounds. It just sounds like muffled. Don't hate me, metal guys. I love metal music. I just don't like the screamo so much. There's a time for a little bit of it, but I mean, it doesn't help that my cousin is married to Matthew Heafy, the lead singer. So I don't know. Two or three different that and of course, Guardian Downcast show playlist is one of them.
Yeah.
I always go through those because it's gotten so enormous now that I can just hit random and find something. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember when they added that. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I love doing that too. That was one of the 2 that I usually listen to.
Yeah. So yeah,
I usually skip anything like prog rock. So yeah,
of course you do. Just like I skip your rap stuff. Sometimes. The 2 top genres, I mean, obviously, I'm on a prog rock kick right now. I love prog rock, just mainly because it brings me back to the old days of rock. And a lot of it's getting kind of, what's the word? It's getting kind of revitalized and more modern. I mean, the old synthesizers back in the 70s and 80s and even 90s, now that are playing in some of these new groups, especially the Scandinavian groups, man, they blend. How many rock groups do you know that have violins and syntho and hard drums and heavy guitar all in one band, and they make their own unique sound? It's just awesome, man. Music is so great.
Metallica did that.
Yeah, well, that's true, but
I mean, S&M, that album.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's been done, but it just seems like it's more. I guess I've really been trending more to European rock music now, because they seem to be a lot of the artists seem to be more classically trained. So they have, I mean, a lot of their music is very complicated as far as rhythms and timing, and I mean, they'll do timing changes right in the middle of the song, and so I like that. Genres. Okay, prog rock definitely, and I probably lean toward the alt rock side too. But alt rock lately has gotten more pop rock than ever, it seems. And it seems like a lot more of the music is getting a lot more samey now. It has the same kind of syntho beat, it has the same kind of rhythmic lyrics, and I don't know, maybe I'm just getting burnt out on it, but those are still my top 2 genres I like to listen to. So, yeah. Nice. All right. Hazel, take us out, man. Let's pick a good one.
Okay. All right. So, I like this one. So, this is a simple question. Dobra. Question for the show. Am I the only 90s wrestling nerd that hears Fudd's intro for the playlist segment and imagines a cartoon Hollywood Hulk Gatr walking out playing air guitar on the NWO World Heavyweight Championship, accompanied by his trusty sidekick, Hazel
the Worm? I love it. I love it, man. What an imagination, dude.
That's a shirt right there. You do that
Wow.
shit.
Oh my God. I'll talk to my daughter. I'll see if we can make that happen. But whoo, wow, what an imagination.
I love it. Well, no, actually I hear it too. I mean, I don't
Do you really?
That. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
because I mean, see, I grew up in the 90s, so I grew up and speaking of that, there's a podcast. It's called, I think it's Business Wars or something like this.
Okay.
And they've actually talked about WWF versus WCW. And it was like the history about the whole rivalry between the two and everything else. So I would definitely say, check that out. But yeah, that's exactly, I mean, it's Voodoo Child.
Okay.
By Jimi Hendrix. That's the song.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Dude, I can imagine the visualization of that. I'm just laughing. It's so hilarious. The more I think about it, the more I laugh. Good question. Damn. That's a good way to end it. Good way to end it. Hey gang, I know we have a lot more questions in there, and if we didn't answer your question, it's not going anywhere. It'll be there next week for our next guest, our next show. So yeah. And don't stop, guys. Keep adding those questions. Something comes to mind you want to know about, whether it's about us or about our guest or just something that comes to you just in general. Hell, throw it in there, man. We love answering questions, so bring it on. Yeah. All right. Well, damn, it's funny you mentioned that question because Mr. Elmer Fudd Games has a message for you right after this.
Guardian Downcast. Guardian Downcast. Yeah, Guardian Downcast. This is an intro. Guardian Downcast. Guardian. Not copyright. Guardian Downcast.
Thank you, Mr. Fudd. Hope to see you soon, brother. This is the final segment of our show. This is where we pick our songs for our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. Just a little sample of what the two of us like to listen to. And we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify and now iTunes for all our Apple gang out there. Remember, this is not the podcast. It's a special Spotify playlist for just our songs that we pick every week. I always put a link of both those versions in our show notes, so look for those. We now have 690 songs, 49 hours, and 33 minutes of music representing us and all of our past guests for nearly 2 years now. And sometimes, I've been a little busy, but sometimes I'll post some music videos in our music and TV section, our channel in our Discord if you want to see some cool videos by these song picks and artists. All right, Hazel, let her rip, man. What do you got this week?
Well, real quick, you know what we should do?
What's that?
We should separate our playlist into like day 1 and day 2, like lesser podcasts.
No, we're not doing that.
No?
Okay. That requires way too much effort. No, sorry.
Maximum effort. Okay. No worries. All right. So, my first song is, I have no idea what the hell this guy's name is. I'm going to guess it's Psycho P. I have no fucking clue. The song is called Tampa, and it's just a really catchy rap song that you just listen to and you just sort of, I guess, get a contact buzz from how high this guy was when he was writing this.
Really?
So, yeah. It's just a really catchy rap song. You just kind of sit back and go like, oh, wow. Kind of reminds me of Domino for anybody who was like 90s rap child back in the day. So.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. That's you, right?
Maybe.
Moving on. So, my second song is Show Me What Is Real by 162 and Original Black Ice. This is a little lesser known song. Apparently this was trending on TikTok or something. And I had this on my list for a while and I was like, oh no, it's a TikTok meme now.
Oh no.
So, but I still added it because it's still a catchy song and it's still good.
Good deal, man. Good picks. Can't wait to listen to them. I'll have a long time. I'll have a long time to listen to them tomorrow on the boat.
Yeah. One other thing I wanted to mention was First.
Yeah, about that. I actually posted the first song, but you got both of them in before I could. I was still browsing, damn it, when I was looking for the second one.
Yeah, Gatr was on a date night, and I took full advantage.
He did. He got him in first. Yep, kudos. You did it. You definitely got him in first this week. Well, speaking of my song choices, my first pick, there was a question I mentioned for a favorite rap artist, and I am not a rap guy. I know, Fluffy. I know.
Did he just faint?
Yeah, he said no shit. That's what he said. He's yelling at the radio. Yeah, no shit. We've seen your picks. But I tell you what, man, what little bit of rap I did listen to was old school rap. And it was like you, Hazel. It was 90s rap, man. And probably showing my age, but I chose what was back then was an up-and-coming rapper. He was born in Long Island, New York. He began his solo career in 1990. And listen to this, he had Ice-T as his MC. Unfortunately, that first album he created was a commercial failure, you could say. So he joined up with fellow rappers that he knew and grew up around and created the group House of Pain. This artist restarted his solo career in 1998 with his album Whitey Ford Sings the Blues after he suffered a heart attack. Probably had a life-changing moment, I'm sure. I already actually added one of his songs from this iconic album to the playlist. So this will be my second favorite song from him. It's the song Ends from the early legend of rap. Yeah, it's Everlast. All right, fun fact. Everlast attended Taft High School at the same time as Ice Cube and NWA and the Posse member Crazy D. Everlast said, this is what he said about the NWA when he was interviewed by LA Weekly. I had to mention this because it was really good. He says, I was around when Straight Outta Compton was being made. I watched and learned a lot. Wild to think that about some of the places I've been and the things I've seen in LA. Doing shit in the world on wheels in Mid-City and Skateland and Compton. This was an accident. I'm here as a white kid opening up for the likes of Big Daddy Kane, Slick Rick, and NWA because I'm rolling with Ice-T. I was just coming up in the game. I opened for them, met them. They were larger than life. Man, what a quote. So awesome. When I saw it, I said, yeah, I got to mention this for Hazel. Unbelievable. He went to the same high school as these guys. Unbelievable. For my second pick, this American rock band formed in York, Pennsylvania in 1984. The band was iconic in the 90s, but now it's kind of all but forgotten. The lead guitarist, Chad Taylor, left the band in 2009, and the band never went on from there, really. Especially once the lead singer also decided to part ways. Some iteration of this band still tours today, but for me, it's just not the same. I heard this music in the 90s. This music puts me back into a time and a place when I worked construction with my brother. I was slowly kind of bird dogging and forming my business while working with my dad in construction. I tell you what, man, the long, hot, sunny days, dying in this Florida heat, I still don't know how I made it out alive without heat stroke, working 12-hour days in the sun. But my brother Kevin had bought a new 24-foot Cuddy fisherman boat, and we were really into fishing offshore, usually about 30 miles out. The memories of those days, waiting for just the right wave conditions, and then quitting work early and hauling ass home to stage the boat and rush to the East Coast. Ponce Inlet is where we usually went out of, little north of Cape Canaveral. We would go trolling, bottom fishing. We were freaking half crazy sometimes. We had crackling lightning, dancing all around the boat sometimes. I'd be at the front of the boat trying to pull an anchor in 8 to 10 foot seas in a 24-foot boat. Imagine that. The boat literally went underwater between wave crests. The late afternoon storms could turn the sea into a monster in minutes. Man, what a rush, though. Me and my brother, I really look back and I miss those days sometimes. Now we're busy with families and life, putting food on the table. I miss the days when nothing else mattered except that 100-pound sailfish or wahoo. Crap. Sorry, Hazel. I got a little carried away. Memories from this song and what song is that, of course, is what everyone's saying. Yes, it's the song I Alone from the multi-platinum album Throwing Copper from 1994. It's the group live. One of my most memorable groups of the 90s. I don't know about you, Hazel, but you probably heard these guys too, huh?
Oh, yes, man. I kind of hated you a little bit because I've had them on my list for, since we put this thing together. And I could never just pick like one of their songs because that Throwing Copper album, I listened to that almost all the time.
I wore that CD out, man. Oh, my God. That was a great album. I mean, top to bottom, it's one of those CDs you can listen to. Every song was good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It was.
In fact, last night I was listening to the whole album again, just reminiscing, man. So, it's amazing how music can bring you right back to where you first heard it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. So, as requested, Mrs. Gator's chosen a song this week. Pretty simple message. She says, no backstory on this one, just a fun 70s song. It's Gotta Get Up by Harry Nilsson. I never heard this song before, but I don't know where she gets these songs sometimes, but good pick. I listened to it. It was a really kind of an upbeat song. I really liked it. So, Hazel, any other parting words, man? I think we're pretty much done. I guess where can everybody find you out there in the world? I don't know. Yeah. Yada, yada, yada. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, I would say this. I would say that one quick thing is congratulations to Guardian Hub for hitting a milestone.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah. They just surpassed, 10,000 downloads, right?
Yeah. So congratulations, guys. I'm proud of you.
Good job, guys. Yeah.
All right. And then myself, I can be reached at Hazel NT in the Discord. And I'm probably going to be streaming a little bit maybe this weekend. I don't know if I can stream this weekend or not. I don't know. We're going on a trip this weekend to celebrate our wedding anniversary. Oh. Which is going to be on Saturday.
Congrats, man. I didn't know that. How many years?
So enough.
I always sidetrack you. I'm so sorry, dude.
Enough.
My conversationalist comes out. I just want to learn more. I want to know more. You've been married a while. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, exactly. And once I figure out how many years, then I will
you know how many. You just didn't want to share it. You're just being modest.
Yep, exactly.
I get that, man.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Luckily, my wife works from home now, so she doesn't listen to podcasts, so she'll never hear this.
Perfect.
Yeah. Whew. I dodged a bullet. But yeah, so like any good husband on his anniversary, we're going out of town, and I'm taking my Xbox with me. So yeah.
Good deal, man.
This may be my last anniversary. But
I was going to say, good luck with that. I tried that once.
So yeah. There we go. And yeah, so if I stream, you'll see me as the HAZELNT.
Good deal. The Hazelnut.
And you?
Yeah. You can find me on on Twitter at Todd the Gatr. Remember, that's GATR and 2 D's in Todd, by the way. You can also find me on Steam and PS4, GATR, all caps, underscores in between. I'm on YouTube as Gatr, same spelling, Guardian Downcast, where I wanted to mention we also post our episodes every week. They're just audio episodes. There's just a static screen, so don't expect to see like a gameplay video or anything in the back. I'm way too novice to do any of that stuff. Anyway, they are on our YouTube channel, so if you want to, if you always have YouTube open like I do on a separate screen or phone or whatever, it's a good way to listen to us if you don't want to use the usual podcast catchers out there, which, by the way, we are available on all of those. Best way just to find out more about our show, about us, is guardiandowncast.com. You can email us, guardiandowncast@gmail.com, and we're on Twitter, @guardian_D_cast, for whatever you guys want to talk to us about. Sometimes we announce when our guests are coming on the show. We haven't lately, but we'll start doing that again. And every now and then I stalk DMG, so anytime he tweets something out there, I'm usually retweeting or saying something about it. But anyway, we have a great Discord, by the way. A lot of great gamers in there, and it has just been growing, man. I mean, I never thought it would get this big, to be honest. I thought it'd just be a group of dads, but now we got a huge group of people in this Discord, and I'm loving seeing all these new faces, man.
Yes.
I mean, it's great seeing the new faces and the old, everyone just kind of all in one spot, and just a great community, dude.
It is. It's fantastic.
Yeah. It's my favorite thing to do in the morning when I finally get up. So yeah. By the way, speaking of our Instagram, which is Guardian_down_cast, which Mr. Hazelnut here runs for us.
Which I haven't really been posting to because we haven't been getting many pictures.
That's all right. No big deal. I did want to post that placard that I sent you guys. I thought that'd be kind of cool for Respawn's episode.
Yeah.
But I did, if we do end up having a good fishing trip, I'll try to get some good pics and I'll try to post them in the Discord. And maybe I'll throw a few Hazel's way to maybe put in the Instagram. I'm not very hip in that stuff, so you probably know more about that stuff than me.
Yeah, and I have an idea too. So just be aware that any pictures you guys post may possibly make it out there. So, just keep that in mind.
That I didn't think about. Yeah, post some pictures in our Discord. Don't have to be on our show. Just post them in Discord, right?
Well, no, I was thinking of can anybody post anything in the Discord? I can share it on the Instagram, if it's all, all that good stuff and that kind of thing.
And if it's not being spammed, yeah.
Of course.
I heard about that this week. I heard about that little story. You swooped right in there. Good job, buddy. I was out working in the hot sun. I didn't even see it until it was too late.
Yeah, I tried to give him a shot. I really did. But sometimes shots get wasted and people get banned.
Some people just never have the best intentions, and we want to keep our Discord clean and keep it positive, and we don't like spam. So please don't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Well, hey man. Yeah. What else? Anything else?
Well, no, I was just going to say, I'm like, hey, if that person does end up listening to us and that kind of thing, hey, message me and I'm more than happy to go ahead and, reinstate you back in and, we'll go from there. No good. Hard feelings, shit happens. I get it.
I mean, we don't want to blow people's phones up. I mean, people are working during the day and spamming stuff like that is just not cool,
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing. I was kind of envious of monkeys.
He liked monkeys, yeah, he did. We won't get into it any further. But I did want to before we go here, I wanted to give a shout out to Guardians Ghost Cast. They've been doing a great job too.
Yes.
Sweaty Spooks, TFT Truth Libs, and is it King Kai? King Kai, yeah.
King Kai, yeah.
They had Elemist on their show this last week, and really great episode, guys. Yeah, that was a really great episode. Good job. I
like their format. I really do.
Yeah. And please do not miss this past week's 2 Titans and a Hunter, because there's only one Titan and his wife on the show. You gotta listen to that show with Night Demon. His wife is on here helping him do it, and she is the most negative Destiny person ever. But it comes across as Night Demon trying to keep things positive, and it's such a great listen. Great job, man. That was a great idea. Parody couldn't make it, and Respawn was with us the night before, and he was on a plane for Memorial Day weekend, so it was kind of tough. I guess it was just a bad time for them to meet up. So, speaking of Respawn, remember, after we speak here, we are going to put in some bonus part of our last week's episode with Mr. Respawn. No one respawns in real life. And it was a really great conversation about our first day doing VOG. And we were pushing over 3 hours last week, and it just was too much. It would have made the show so long. And I never ever cut content if I don't have to, but I figured, you know what? My wife is my little co-producer, and she goes, well, why don't you just put it in as bonus into the next show? And I'm like, honey, you're a genius. Hazel's a genius too, but she was genius level that night when we were taking a walk. So good on you, babe. Well, hey, Hazel, we can't go anywhere though, man, because we have another Scum Death's Corner for this week.
Yay.
And it's a long one, so hang in there.
Oh boy.
Here we go. What's up, Mr. Scum Death?
Hello. Welcome to Scum Death's Corner. I don't think I'm ever going to buy a PS5 because every single game I buy in physical media, the disc is not sat in the little disc holder in the sealed box. It's always flapping around, getting scratched. Yesterday I went into the local supermarket and I saw Assassin's Creed Valhalla for 30 quid. So I thought, yeah, I'll have a bit of that. and then you take the empty box to the checkout, and then they give you the box. The disc is rattling around in the box. Why? You pay so much for a disc, and the idiots can't even be asked to actually sling the disc onto the little disc holder. What's that about? You're paying 40, 50, maybe 60 quid for a disc, which is just flapping around inside a plastic box. I'm not buying a PS5 because if I pay 70 quid for a game, I do not want it flipping around and spinning around in a plastic box, getting scratched and ruined. So, I think they could think about how they package games a little bit better than what they do. Because, I mean, how many games have you had where you get a disco and it's jumped out of the little disc holder? This is a bit of a problem. This is trading standards, I think. I might, get a petition going and get the gaming industry to change their ways, because I don't think it's fit for purpose. So anyway, I'll leave you with that. And I love you. Just one of my brain farts. Love you all. Bye.
Thank you, Mr. Scumdeath. Hey, everyone. Continue to be safe, and more importantly, take care of one another.
Guardians are measured by their ability to come back from defeat. So stand. Fight!
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Toddled.
Nice. That never gets old. Oh, man.
My crew was doing day one, but I had other priorities. I had to travel basically to where I'm at now on day one.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they were struggling so bad. And I was like, it sounds like you need more respawn on your team. And they didn't finish day one, right?
Right.
And the next day, they're like, hey, we're on final boss. We need help. We've been doing this for a while, right? I was like, all right, I'll come in. I'll jump in. Like 30 minutes later, we finished the boss. I'm like, I told you, you just needed more respawn.
Dude, I need more respawn in my life. We didn't finish day one either. It was difficult, man. And did you see Giggs just posted on Twitter? He says, you guys got to quit making the damn Vault of Glass too hard. I said, quit catering to streamers who want to sweat and make it easier for the normal people. And boy, he got roasted for that comment.
I'm confused.
He says, I'm quitting. He says, I'm quitting for good.
Oh, I guess the light level cap probably made it hard, huh?
Oh, yeah. It was a 1300 cap. And you took a 20.
Well, no, I did it when it was
hit.
1300 cap. It wasn't that hard.
No, it's 1300. But on the day one it was contest mode, which means it was 20 light levels higher. So you were I remember I punched a goblin and it laughed at me and punched me and smacked me in the face and I was dead. All right.
Yeah, I think the only hard part is God, what is the hardest part? I would say
everything day one.
Everything hurt.
Oh,
everything hurt.
Day one, yeah, but like even after the fact, I think the oracles in the beginning when you got to do it's the 3 and then the 4 and then the 5, and 6 and 7.
Right.
Because people shoot them out of order, right?
Yeah.
Also, pro tip: do not shoot the daggum war mine cells.
Oh, we had that problem. And when I was playing on PC, I was using my void splash damage creates war mine cells. I was using Telesto, and finally Helio says, "Gatr, please, for the love of God, take off the war mine cell mod." Right? I was like, "All right, fine."
Well, you can have it on, but just don't shoot the cells.
Well, the problem is someone would shoot the cells, and it would get splash damage, and it would put you out of order.
It's hard not to.
It is. You see that glowing ball? Yeah. Must shoot ball. Candy.
Yeah, you go in 8 mode as soon as you see one of those.
It is, man. You do. So, all right.
It's instinct, I think. It's instinct.
So everybody who's listening in on your show, right? This irks me to no end, right? And I yell at people who are on my fire team that do this to me. If you don't have Warmind Cell mods, don't shoot my damn ball.
But I'm trying to help you work. I'm trying to help you respawn.
No. You're not helping because you don't have the mods. I shoot the ball. Everything on the map dies or gets hurt. You shoot the ball, it goes. That's it. Don't shoot the damn ball.
All right.
Truer words have never been spoken or sounded.
Yes. I hate that, man.
Exactly.
Like, stop shooting my damn balls. And you can tell the people that don't have it because they'll shoot it, and the red bar ad right next to it will still be alive. I'm like,
right. You know, I didn't know that tied to the person who generated them.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
Oh. It does? I thought it was
universal.
If you have mods on it, you can shoot it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so if you don't have a mod, you shoot it, it will do its basic detonation. Right. But if I have like
global reach,
one where it reaches across the whole map and it does extra damage and all this other crap that you can put on there, right? When I shoot it, it's going to do all that additional stuff.
Gotcha.
So you can shoot it, and it's going to do its standard little right. But when I shoot it, everything in the area is going to get.
I saw Jealous shoot my ball. He did. He shot my ball.
Oh,
he did. He didn't know. He shot my ball.
Ball. Wow, that sounds even.
No. My Warmind ball. The Warmind thing. What do you call it? Cell? Warmind cell. He shot my Warmind cell. I said, I saw you do it, Jealous. You shot my Warmind cell. You're not supposed to do that. All right.
Yep. Maybe he had his own Warmind cell.
Don't
without his permission.
Hey, truer words cannot have been spoken. Do not touch a man's ball.
That's right. It's not your ball. Don't touch it.
But you can pick it up though. If you have that one mod, you can pick it up, and then you can.
Speaking of which, that is so fun, right? Because one of my guys, before I started doing the Warmind cell, he was trying it out and he was getting all pissed off because it would always be on the last ad it would spawn.
Right.
And then we'd move to another area. And so after watching him complain for like half a day, I was like, what can I do with this? And I'm putting it all together, and it turns out I have all of the mods, right? And I was like, well, this one, this does the extra damage, this does this and this and this and this, and I had one extra slot on my headpiece, and I was like, what can I put on here? Oh, I can pick it up.
Yeah, you can pick it up. You can pick it up and say, see you guys, I'm taking my toys and going home.
Well, yeah, I pick mine up, and I take it to the next area, chuck it at an ad, which it sticks to them, by the way. If you didn't know, it will stick to an ad.
Yep,
yes,
exactly.
It gets even better.
You shoot it.
Holy shit.
It's as though you had it all the whole time.
When those Warmods came out, I thought they were gimmicky. I didn't use them, and I was like, damn, I don't know what I've been missing. So
they're actually a little too good, because that really messed us up day one raid for the spacewalk, right? Because I kept shooting the damn things, and it was damaging all of the Atheon bosses, not Atheon, Atrax bosses.
Right.
So
that would suck.
It did.
Dude.
I can't tell you how many times.
Jeez.
Wow.
I'm trying to see what is it called? Orb of Light. What is it called? The mod
the Wells of Light.
No. The other one. The other one.
Charge of
Power.
Yeah, I use the Charge of Light mods. That's what I use.
Charge of Light I used for a long time too.
Right.
And that's really, really good for different sets of builds.
Right.
Warmind is just, you need to go into a room and clear a room.
Right.
Yeah.
Light-based builds are for
DPS and
DPS phases
and PvP. Yeah.
And actually, you can do the same thing with a Warmind build too, because there's things where if there's a Warmind next to an enemy, that enemy is weaker.
Yep. Exactly.
And there's another one where if he's next to a Warmind cell, you do more damage to him. And there's a third one where if you're next to a Warmind cell, you get extra resistance.
Right.
So you can do all that stuff with Warmind cells too, but unlike Charged with Light, where you can just have it on you all the time, the Warmind cell you have to manage, carry all this other crap. So,
Right. Well, how did your day one go, Hazel? I heard it was a little different. Drafty clipped something, but I couldn't hear anybody else talking. All I could hear was you talking.
It was brutal. Yeah. I mean, that clip, that was like my second time ever streaming.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, that was my second time ever streaming. So you never know what you're going to get when I stream. And yeah, so I mean, yeah, it was. We never made it past the entrance.
Wow.
It was an absolute cluster.
I had your stream open and I had my stream open and I kept looking back at yours because I know we were racing supposedly, right? And I looked back and I was like, oh man, I just felt so bad for you, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? We barely got through that first opening on day one on the contest mode. We were struggling, man. Me and Mr. Monkey were at the top middle. And every time I went down and switched places with a couple other guys because it wasn't working out down there. I think it was Benny, Deathstroke. I got to give a shout out though to my team. Deathstroke, Benny, I call him Benny. It's his real name. Deathstroke, Ronan Red Lion. We had Amityville jumped in and helped us later in the thing. Mr. Monkey was my raid buddy. He did really good. I tell you what, man, for a guy who's never run raids, that guy was on top of it. Banshee, Kid of Banshee.
My team was good though. I mean, our team, we were just trying to figure it out because I don't know exactly like what was going on. I mean, we were trying like some like big brain type stuff.
Oh, okay.
Failing miserably, but we had a really good team though. It was Chubby. It was ODST from Frozen, I believe.
Right.
Yep.
It was Val from the Forsaken Brotherhood.
Oh, okay.
Truth Lives and those guys.
Truth was in there with you?
Nope, not Truth. Not Truth. He was in his own.
Okay.
And then a guy from our, I don't think he's in our clan, but he's in our Discord. It's Borept Tezer.
Oh yeah, Borepterer. Yeah. I knew you were talking about. I knew you were talking about.
Yeah, so it was him, and then some guy named Night Demon.
Night Demon played with you?
Yeah.
That was so cool, dude.
I know. I've been playing with Night Demon a little bit here and there. We did Iron Banner for a while.
I might get an Xbox just to game Iron Banner with Night Demon, because I know me and him love it.
Hands off.
What? What'd I do?
Back away.
God damn it.
Enjoy your PlayStation. I'm kidding. But
I'm not. Enjoy your damn PlayStation.
But no, I mean, we were just trying some big brain type stuff. And I mean, we were like trying to take out all three Cyclopses at the same time. And
right.
I mean, it was just like inevitably like somebody would just be like way out of position. And we're like, what are you doing? Get over here. And it was just fun though. I mean, it was just, it was like, it reminded me of like, well, basically day one raiding with people who didn't know what was going on.
Right.
But it was just fun though, because you could tell, like, I mean, Chubby picked up on it like right away. He's like, all right, I got this. Borep, he was like with me, I think, for most of it, I think. And he was doing pretty good too. And I mean, it was just like this, like these weird, like fluky things. Like we like inevitably, like, I think like we all got at least kicked out to orbit at least once.
Right.
While we're doing this.
Jeez.
So we were just like I think it just ruined our mojo. Whenever we had something going, it was like somebody get kicked to orbit. And
really? Jeez.
Yeah. So we spent, I think, 3.5 hours just at the door staring at it. How was,
did now I heard on your last podcast that you weren't doing day one. Did you not do day one?
Talking to me?
Respawn, yeah.
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't.
No.
That's what I was talking about, yeah.
Yeah, you probably saved yourself a lot of headache, to be honest.
Well, I mean, the only headache that I had was because I came in the next day when there was still, it had the light lock or whatever, right? And so I came in there and I came in at the boss phase, and the only thing that I had an issue with was forgetting all my habits from D1. Right? So from D1, for example, like you get zipped off to Mars or Venus, right? The guy with the shield goes in there, kills everything with the relic, not shield, kills everything with the relic, including the oracles, right? And there was no order back then. It's like you see them all, you kill them as quick as possible.
Right.
Normally the guy with the relic is just like pop, 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 done, and then you're gone, right? So me, not knowing any better, I'm running to the back of the map to get ready to leave, right? And I am hearing them call L1. Mid, spawn. What the hell? And then the oracles are popping up. I'm like, guys, what's going on? And I just start shooting one, right? Not knowing that you had an order to it this time, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, it's breaking old habits like that got me a couple times. But yeah, I mean, it didn't take us more than like 30, 45 minutes to clear the final boss. once
Nice.
I got in. So.
I just remembered it. It was a Kid Banshee. It's actually McCree 13's son. And me and him were actually talking, and I said, man, how do you think my son is? I said, he's probably 18. He goes, he's only 14 years old. I said, he did so well in that raid. Him and Running Red Lion were on one side, and they were holding that right side down, man. I was struggling in the middle. There's so much coming out of the middle at the Templar.
Kids nowadays are way better at this kind of stuff than we give them credit for, right?
And we had
my kid is 13.
Right.
And I've seen him play Call of Duty and Apex Legends and all this other stuff.
Right.
And he'd go on like a 20-30 kill spree. I'm like, Jesus, boy.
I know, man. I wish I had those instincts when I was his age. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
buddy.
So how did yours go, Gatr?
We overcame the outside. It took about I don't know. I think it took about maybe half an hour, and we finally killed everything long enough for the spire to form, and we made it inside, and we went to the first, all the memories are coming back. We went and first part we had, you have to defend the confluxes, the one in the middle. We actually sailed through that pretty quick. I mean, once we got the pattern of how the ads were coming in, it was pretty nice. And we did that, and then we got to the oracles. I'm sorry, after confluxes, the oracles, and that is what held us up. We had to figure out a way to come up with a way of remembering the system we used is everyone would be next to an oracle, right? Everyone had their oracle that they kept an eye on. And when the oracle appeared in whatever order, you had to list it in whatever number order it was. So if it appeared in the middle first, I would go 1. And you didn't have to say your name or anything because everyone knew where you were. So that's a system we used, and eventually everyone would call it out, and they repeat it twice. So if you didn't get it the first time, everyone would just be quiet, and it would run through again, and everyone would get the order. I'm sure there's better systems out there, but it worked for us. We finally got it done, and once we got to the the next part, which was I heard it was even harder on day 1, which is the Templar, I had to take off. We pretty much broke up and went our separate ways. We had muscled through it all, and we were pretty beat mentally. I was beat, and I'm not used to being the Sherpa or doing the leading and calling outs and stuff. And there was probably some guys on my team that were tired of hearing me talking, but I somehow we did it. I mean, we had I tell you, for day 1, I was really impressed. I even told everybody, I said, guys, I didn't think we'd make it this far, to be honest, because this is really, really hard. And the fact we made it all the way to Templar on the contest mode, I was really happy. But I'll be honest, I haven't been able to go back and finish. I just have not had time.
Really?
Yeah, my son's moving in he's actually driving tomorrow down from Minnesota to move back to Florida. So we're going to be all weekend helping him move in, and then I got our fishing trip that went south. I talked about it last show. We rebooked it for next Friday. So that'll
nice.
We're gonna, hopefully the weather will cooperate and we'll be able to. And I'm on the boat. I'm with my longtime captain. I've been on this boat for 30 years. I fished on it on and off. So I'm real excited that I was able to book it. He's always booked. So we just got lucky and jumped on it. Damn. So, but yeah.
Dude, if you've been on there for 30 years, I'd call in the best friend card. Be like, yo, hold a spot for me.
Let's just say I called his personal cell number, and his wife answered and said, well, let me open the books. Let's see what he's got here. And we managed to get a date locked down. So I'm really looking forward to that. One of my friends won't be able to make it. I mean, it was hard enough getting 6 guys that all have jobs and careers and family and wives, and trying to coordinate, a full day fishing trip, which is a real stretch when you're a family man. And we're going to try it again. We got 5 of them, and we got some other people joining us, friends of friends. So hopefully
deep sea fishing.
Oh yeah. It's about 100 miles offshore in Florida, off the East Coast near Canaveral. And, we go out there for big amberjack. If we decide to troll, we can troll for blue marlin and sailfish, or, tuna, whatever.
Speaking of stories, right? Since you brought up Cape Canaveral.
Uh-huh.
So, after I got out of college, reverse. Before I went to college, I actually worked at NASA for about 4 months.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Okay.
Right before they did that big, 50,000 person layoff.
Right.
And one of the guys, he says, "Hey, do you want to go get some lunch with us?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. We can go get some lunch." And what I didn't expect is they took me out by one of the Titan 4 launch pads. I think it was the Titan 4.
Really?
One of the launch pads, right?
Uh-huh,
and
right.
there's a body of water back there. And there's a body of water, there's a bunch of chairs, there's a grill,
Yeah.
and there's fishing tackle.
It's the Mosquito Lagoon.
Wow.
It's the end of the Mosquito Lagoon. It's the restricted part.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. I've fished the Mosquito Lagoon.
Yeah, and they caught fish, grilled the fish, and then went back. This lunch
No
break
shit.
was 3.5
Damn.
hours, dude.
Wow. You caught reds? Wait. You caught reds and cooked
I
them
don't
on the
know
grill.
what they caught. I'm not one of those fishing guys. That knows all
Was it
kinds of
reddish color when they pulled it out, or was it more like
I
was it
think so.
speckled? They have trout. There's two fish really that are edible in there. It's you have the sea trout, which can get big. I've caught some big trout in there, and then of course the reds are what they're known. That's what Mosquito Lagoon's known for. You'll run across a school of redfish, man, and you talk about a fish that fights for its. My sister-in-law caught 100-pounder off the coast of Cape Canaveral in one of the shipping lanes. It was too rough to go all the way out, so we fished around the shipping lanes, and holy crap, it was so big, dude! I swear to God, this redfish normally are maximum 30 inches long. Probably, I don't know, 25,
As he's
30
talking,
pounds.
I know I can't see him, right? But I know for a fact, 100%, he is using his hands to...
How did you know?
Exactly.
That's amazing. I was using my hands. I was trying to figure. But this fish, think of it this way.
This big. It was this big.
No, this fish was 5 feet long.
What?
And I swear to God, it was as big as a tarpon. I don't know if you know what a tarpon is.
No.
It was 100-pound fish. It was 4 to 5 feet long, and I didn't even recognize it as a redfish because I've never seen a red that big. And I got the pictures. I'll post the pictures on our Instagram. I'll get the picture from her where we took it, and I'll post it on Instagram. That way, everyone will believe me. It was the only fish we caught that day because it was so rough. But it was wow, what a memory.
So growing up in Louisiana, I've seen all kinds of stuff in the swamp, right?
Mm-hmm, right.
And then I now live in Florida. I see all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everywhere, actually. And one of the scariest things out of all the stuff I've seen alligators up close. Me and my grandpa and my uncle used to hunt them.
Right.
We'd pull them up out of the water, tie them up. So, you hunt gators, right?
Yeah, you got the permit sticks, yeah.
Yeah. And I've done all kinds of stuff that would freak most people out. And I'm okay with that. And the one thing that scared the hell out of me to this day, and it still brings up memories, is there was this sturgeon. I forgot where I was, but we were in a
sturgeon?
river. A sturgeon.
I didn't know they had sturgeon here. That was not north.
Well, I don't know where I was. We weren't in.
Oh, okay.
I've traveled a lot.
Okay,
I've been
okay.
to 48 states and 6 countries.
Sturgeon.
I don't know where the hell I was.
I'm thinking sturgeon could be Colorado or up north somewhere.
Wherever the hell I was. No. This was I want to say the Illinois area.
Yeah. Mid Atlantic. Yeah.
So we were up there just hanging out, and I don't personally like fishing. I don't have the patience for it, but whenever friends want to hang out, and that's the only time we can do it, that's what I do.
Right.
And we're on the water, and one of my friends starts freaking out. He goes, "Oh my God, the thing is huge!" And I'm like, "What?" I'm thinking he's got a big fish or whatever, but he didn't catch anything. He pointed off in the water. There's a 6-7 foot freaking monster, dude. This thing was enormous, dude. And then it peeked its head above water. I swear to God, I was looking at a dinosaur, man. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, sturgeons are ugly, man.
Not a fisherman. Don't know what all these fish are. And the first time I saw one of these monsters, that thing, that scared the crap out of me. Yeah. I was like, yo, I'm going back to shore. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm in danger.
Yeah.
I'm out.
There's a fish in Florida called a mudfish. They grow in lakes around here. That's considered prehistoric, just like the sturgeon. I believe sturgeon's probably because the prehistoric fish have a shark fin. They have a double fin in their I guess you would call it not a dorsal, but their lateral. Anyway, not to get too technical, but yeah, a lot of the prehistoric fish have one big giant fin, like the length of their body, and then once they catch someone's I'm sure someone's going to fact check me on this, but a mudfish looks very much like a long snake with a fin on it. It's the weirdest thing, and they can get really big too. But
so, what do you guys think? I mean, while we were talking about the day one raid, what do you guys think about the changes they made to VOG?
Okay, so that is what I was going to ask you. What loadout did you use for your day one?
Hazel, you were using a law monarch? I could have sworn I saw you had a monarch on.
No, I was using Trinity Ghoul.
Okay. That's what I thought you had
Prometheus Lens. Night Demon was like chastising us and making fun of us and everything like this if we weren't running. Yeah, he's like, I told you guys you need to be using Prometheus Lens, or not Prometheus Lens, but
Prometheus Lens is only on one of the boss phases. But
No, it's the
Trinity
bow.
Ghoul. Yeah, it's the Trinity Ghoul. It does electric.
No, Tiku's divination.
The exploder,
the solar bow.
It's a solar.
Why? What
He was saying that was good for ad clear. Yeah, ad clear.
It is.
But I was having better luck with. It was working fine.
Right.
Look. All right. So Night Demon's an idiot when it comes to gaming. All right. He's good in PvP, but as far as like raids and whatnot, no. Okay. What you need for most of the raid, this is what I use for most of the raid. Right. You got your primary weapon for popping shields, right? Or the not the unstoppables, the overloads. Right.
Yeah.
That's your primary weapon. Your secondary weapon should be, in most cases, the salvager salvo. Okay?
Yes, with the blinding grenades.
No. What? No.
Oh, some of my guys were using blinding grenades. It says it was really controlling the ads.
That works for like ad control, right? They're all stunned and they're blinded.
Slows them down.
But instead of blinding them, just use the salvager salvo. And I put ambitious assassin and chain reaction on it.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you kill one ad, you killed them all.
Nice.
Right? And then if you masterworked it, now you have orbs on top of that, dude.
Oh wow. Well, it comes out masterwork once you get it, I think.
Yeah, it does.
Fair enough. Yeah. And you're not taking up an exotic slot to do that.
That's true.
Right?
Yep.
And then if you're like me and your heavy is a grenade launcher and then you have your secondary, your salvager salvo is also a grenade launcher, I got every piece of armor with grenade launcher mods on it. Hey, I pick up more with each brick. Hey, I see more bricks more often. Hey, I can hold more ammo. Hey, I reload faster. Right? Two of each. Boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Never run out of ammo for these grenade launchers. And then for the heavy, again, for the most part of the raid, if you don't have it, the Anarchy, dude.
Yeah.
The Anarchy is so good.
It is.
Anarchy is the Destiny gun, right? You'll be hard pressed to find an encounter that's going to do more damage than the Anarchy.
It's a raid gun.
It's the new what is it? It's the new Gallarhorn, basically.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. So that's going to be the loadout for most of the raid, right? For trash mobs, you're going to use Salvage Salvo to clear trash mobs, right? And then once you kill one mob, you only got to kill one guy, right? I don't know why Ambitious Assassin is, whatever, multi-kills or whatever. No, you kill one guy, on your next reload, you got 2 rounds in the chamber. Boom.
Right.
And you just keep that train rolling.
Yeah,
exactly.
And then obviously the Anarchy, and that'll hold you 90% of the raid.
I should have done that.
Sniper or something like that. You know? But absolutely, dude. And Night Demon is telling you use Tikus. Oh, I'm gonna give it to him.
It was just in the beginning because that's as far as we made it.
Well, in the beginning,
in the beginning,
in the beginning, still. I mean, Salvage's Salvo would have been probably the play.
Don't get me wrong. I am a bow. I love my bows, right? I do. And anybody, when you look at your stats, on every one of my stats, a bow is top 5, right?
Right.
But for in-game activities, a bow just doesn't cut it. Is it fun? Yes. Is it effective? No.
It's too slow. Just too slow.
Not. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Some Nightfalls, like some Grandmaster Nightfalls, the heavy bow, is amazing. It is top tier.
I forgot that even existed.
Yeah. But other than that, you don't want to use bows in in-game activities, dude. Those are fun for messing around outside of in-game activities, right?
Yeah.
In-game activities, you need to focus, right? And
well,
that's why Salvage or Salvo. Now, you had a good thing going with the
well, my loadout, I had Charge with Light with the armor. What's the one? It's a chest piece. It gives you extra when you grab an orb. When you charge with light, it gives you more damage. I can't remember the mod.
Okay, yeah.
It's like
it's like high output or something.
Something like that. Something like that. Yeah, I had that, and then I had as my. I think I had it in my. Yeah, because I didn't need the certain mod. I didn't need. I didn't need speed. I didn't need jump high. I needed something that killed stuff fast. So on my class item, I put this new one. It came on this new mod. It came on the seasonal artifact where any void splash damage created a Warmind cell. And you shot that Warmind cell. I mean, I would eliminate all the middle with one Warmind cell. So, and what I didn't realize is you can stack them. I had 3 of them stacked every second. I was using Telesto and of course it was Masterwork, so I was creating orbs too. So I was getting, it was a good system. And I just had a regular, I think I had a fast firing pulse rifle I was just using that for long range. I had to kill something. And then I was using my mind's mush tonight. I was using the spinny sword, the void spinny sword. The
guillotine, falling guillotine.
I was using the falling guillotine, and it was of course Masterwork, and it had whirlwind, and where it would create more ammo as you spun it faster, and it worked good for me.
How many times did you kill yourself on an exploding Vex using the sword?
No, I was pretty good about staying away from it. I only use a sword. I use a sword on the charged Minotaurs that came out of the middle. I was able to take them out in one swing, about a 1.5 swing on contest mode. But I was doing really good keeping the middle control, but it was just the mechanics that slowed us down. And a lot of the guys were using, like I said, they were using Truth Teller with blinding grenades, and it slowed things down where they could shoot things. Because the ads, if you get behind or you have to go pick someone up, the ads just keep piling up, and then it becomes where there's so many ads.
Well, at the same time, another reason I say use the Salvage Salvo is, again, Hunter main, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people they were probably using that grenade launcher, if I'm not mistaken, because it has blinding grenades on it.
Right.
Probably auto-loading holster would be my guess, right?
That makes sense.
And then maybe a damaging kind of mod, right?
Right.
Well, with me, that makes sense because it's slowing them down so they can kill them. But with the Salvage Salvo, I would either rather take out a whole group of ads, and they're like, well, it doesn't have auto-loading holster. I don't care. I'm a hunter.
Right.
I dodge, reload every 4 seconds, man, or whatever, 6 seconds, So who cares about that? So if you're a hunter main, absolutely, you Salvage Salvo, dude. You'll never.
It's just like the only reason I didn't use it because everything's void in this raid, so it made sense for me to grab my Telesto because you would break shields so fast.
Yeah, and it was good. I do like the Telesto. I might have to try that. But.
I wasn't using a fast firing pulse. I've looked it up. I have a Night Watch that has explosive rounds and rapid hit, and it has arrowhead break, so it's super super straight. And I had the penetration mod on the armor I had the piercing mod, and so whenever you'd get those stupid hobgoblins that would squat on you.
Yeah,
I could still do damage to them. That worked really good.
Barrier. I mean, that's barrier.
Anti-barrier mod. Yeah. For scout, that's what I use. So yeah, that's what I used that day. I tell you, I didn't really switch it up much because it seemed to be working, and it took about a whole magazine of that scout rifle to knock out an oracle. So you don't want to use you definitely want to use a special weapon on it to kill the oracles.
I think it was.
Well, for the oracle,
I was watching.
The oracles, dude, one shot with Xenophage.
Yes, it took 2 pulls of a Telesto to knock one out. So it just took me a little bit longer, but I was on top of it. I mean, I was covering the middle and the left one mod. I kept an eye on both of those because Benny.
I mean, if you're using the Telesto for everything, how did you not run out of ammo?
Oh, because I had ammo finders. I had ammo. I had all that stuff. So I always had lots.
You also had a Masterwork, so that gives you a greater reserve, doesn't it?
Yeah, greater reserve, deeper pockets, and and of course I had the Warmind cells. And once I killed a crap load of stuff, I just jumped down the middle and grabbed more special. Yeah, I had it modded out pretty good. I thought it through pretty well, but the problem is once the Templar came, I would have to change it up and use different stuff. But anyway,
Templar, that's the big Cyclops, right?
That's the mind in the middle before you can go down into the garden area.
Did you one phase him?
No, we didn't get to him. We just got the checkpoint for that week, and we called it a day.
Oh, really?
And I ended up coming back and doing the same thing for the PC team that Jealous and Nolsey and Helios, those guys are on. I jumped in and helped them get the save point where we got it.
Nolis, the man. He and I've been on Xbox.
Nolsey? Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
We just haven't played on PC yet. So I need to hook him up.
They were
played with Nolsey a couple times.
They were on PC.
Yeah, bro.
They were on PC that night. Yep. Yeah.
But with the Templar, like a little while ago, we one-phased them. You can one-phase.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, that's the challenge mode.
Yeah. Where he doesn't.
Oh, is it really?
Move, where he doesn't move. Yeah, we used to do it all the time on regular D1.
We just freaking, you know,
if you had a good enough,
you could put a bubble on the on where he's gonna try to transport to.
If you had a good enough, what is it, like relic holder? You know, you could do that.
The relic holder could just hit him before he teleported.
Yeah, the relic
in that spot.
Yeah, the relic holder was so key to that. If you have a really good relic holder and knows what he's doing or what she's doing, it can really change the tide when you're trying to knock that Templar out fast. So we didn't get that far. But I brought back memories of when Batman and our old raid group used to run it all the time. Back when they had the exotic drops and stuff. The end of Destiny 1.
Next time you better do it. Do some research first. There's a lot of cheeses you can do.
I've heard. I heard. Dude. I didn't really prepare a whole lot for this raid. One of the guys was wanting to run a regular D1 one, and I was like, man, I'm just going to jump in there, and hopefully it comes back to me. I did do a refresher video that Fallout did. I did watch that before, but I did a little research, but I didn't really go into the weeds with it. So both of you guys, have you both done the raid at least? I've been in there. Oh, we've been in there. I've been in there. I haven't got a completion yet. No.
So I still haven't made it past the door because I haven't played it since then. So
at any point in time during the raid, did you get that nostalgic
feeling?
That kid in the candy store feeling?
Oh, absolutely.
When was yours?
When you're going through the doors and you're running a corner and you're jumping down the rock pedestals and you turn the corner and see the Templar area. I was like, oh
yes,
yeah.
Dude, that's what I did too.
Yeah,
because it wasn't the gate for me. Everybody was tripping out like, oh
no,
my God,
it wasn't the gate. It's that cliff that everyone jumps off to get it started.
You would waste so much time pushing each other off while you were
and people were doing it. The Titans were trying to shoulder charge people off. I saff it.
Yeah,
it was happening.
That was the spot.
But
I did the whole raid, but that was the only spot that gave me that feel good feeling, man.
Yeah, it all came back to me once I turned that corner. I was like, oh yeah.
I love just loading in. I mean, loading in and seeing that area for the first time and going like, oh,
I miss Venus. I miss Venus. They need to bring Venus back.
Yeah, it was funny though, because we loaded in like all six of us, and then Night Demon, ODST, and myself, we all like split up and went left and right to look and see how far the boundaries were. Right. Because we're like, we're like, I gotta explore this.
Yeah,
I want to find out how far we can go.
I see what you mean.
And it was funny because Chubby had never done it, Val had never done it.
Wow.
And Borip, he's never done it either, I don't think.
Right.
So they all just kind of stood there, like talking about it all. And I was like, the other three of us were like, okay, we need to separate. We need to find out how far our bounds are, and where can we go? And can't go very far, FYI. But
kudos to my team. I mean, they got a lot farther than I thought, and I certainly was not the strongest on that team. There were a couple shiners, a couple guys that really shined in there, and they really carried us and got us through those. Every phase we got through on the day one contest mode was just barely made it every time. So we've got lucky half the time, and that's why I felt bad for you, because you didn't get that luck.
Luck is a skill. Okay.
It is. Luck is all about putting yourself in a good position to be lucky, right? And that skill?
Well, yeah, sure.
That's what Tom Kite said.
We go with that. The Cade 6 skill, right?
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
So, speaking of day one raids, and speaking of stuff that had to do with day one raid, Star Eater boots.
Well, I've
heard.
I'm mad. But yeah.
Super, super pissed if what I heard is true, right? So, for those of you that don't know, right, the Star Eater, it got a nerf and a buff this past patch, right?
Yeah.
The nerf was two-part. A, they removed the damage buff from the weapons, which isn't really a nerf, it's a fix.
Yeah, that's all right.
Supposed to do that.
Yeah, right.
And then the nerf came to where you had twice as many orbs to get to your 4 stacks, right? Instead of 4 orbs, 4 stacks, now it's 8 orbs, 4 stacks.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
But it's more damage now, though.
Yes. It also went from 4 stacks from 60% damage up to 90%.
What?
Yes.
Is this of your super?
Yes.
Yep.
No shit.
Hold on. You're getting excited.
I got to play
Don't.
Hunter. Oh.
Nope. Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
Who needs Viagra when you're 100?
What I heard, and I hope it's not true, because if it is, I'm going to be super pissed, but I'm hearing it a lot, is this next patch, right? So how long have these been out?
A week and a half?
So far.
Week and a half? 2 weeks?
Week and a half, right?
Yeah.
Not very long at all, right? So it hasn't been out for very long at all, and already is the freaking thing been nerfed once and is about to get nerfed a second time.
Yes. Two adjustments already.
What they're going to do is they doubled the stacks and gave us a damage buff. We're like, okay, I can deal with that if that's all they're going to do. And they're like, you know what? No. What we're going to do is we're going to double stacks and we're going to take you back down from 90% extra damage to back to 60. What?
That's still good though, man.
No, it's not good because
60%?
it's not good because even though it still does the most damage in the game, right? It now takes a longer time to get to that damage. And overall, if you think about how fast a golden gun comes back with the
Celestial
golden gun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
the Celestial. If you think how often you'll get that and compare that to how often you're going to get the Star Eaters back, right? You'll get the super back with Star Eaters pretty quick, right? I mean, that's what it's designed to do.
Right.
But getting those max stacks after those next 8 orbs, that takes longer.
But here's the question, Respawn. Is this still better than Celestial Nighthawk?
Yes, it is.
So
if you
there you go.
One-shot damage, no. Hold on.
Well, not for one
damage,
shot, no.
It is better for if you're looking for
DPS.
You have a small window, max DPS. Yeah. Celestial is still the way to go.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But overall boss damage, big numbers at the end of a screen.
Right.
That's going to be your Star Eaters, right?
Okay.
But them going and nerfing it a second time. You notice no other exotics got nerfed. It's always the hunters.
Yeah, but
right?
that's
I'm a conspiracy theorist.
But that's crazy, man. 90% damage. Yeah, but that's just crazy. No, nothing gets 90% buff. Nothing. No, I don't know anything out there gets that much of a buff. I don't know. When I heard that, I was like, man, that's just crazy.
You say that, but you remember Peregrine Greaves was one-shotting bosses.
Oh, okay.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And now the Titan chess piece, their new chess piece for their Titanfall.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. That's damn near one-shotting bosses, right? So it's just like, none of these other things have been touched. Why is it only the hunter stuff that ever gets touched?
Yeah, but your outfits look really good.
That has nothing to do with anything.
Meanwhile, we have the robes over here, and we look like I don't even know what we look like.
Oh, you're both warlocks? Ew.
No, I'm not. Oh man, no! Ew! Don't you say that to me?
I play all three, please. I play all three.
No, you don't.
But if I have a main to go to, it's going to be my warlock because there's so many weapons I can use.
Yep.
So
I'm a reformed Titan, actually. And
but wait a minute. Whoa, you're not a hunter anymore?
No, I said I'm a reformed Titan, which means I'm a hunter.
Okay. Okay. I didn't misunderstand.
Yeah. I can't play. I'm sad. I can't play Titan anymore.
Yeah, but Titans move around the map really fast, man. I love it.
Yeah.
See, that's a common misconception. Hunters can move around really well too. So instead of the triple jump like we all have, right? You can put it to the double strafe jump, and that'll give us a whole lot of forward momentum.
I want to glide though. I don't want to jump. I want to glide.
No, you want to fall with style.
Grace.
What you want.
Yeah, fall with grace.
Okay.
Yeah. You still haven't even gotten the whole concept of jumping up yet. You just glide down.
You act like I've never played Hunter. I know how to triple jump. Yes, I know how to do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he just
Hunters are
pressed the
amazing.
button.
The warlocks are the ones that can't figure out how to jump.
Oh, I know how to jump just fine. I can jump. I can jump.
Every
just
time
fine.
I think of a warlock, don't get me wrong. If hunters didn't exist, I would also be a warlock main, right? If hunters didn't exist, but every time I think of a hunter, I think of Claptrap, right?
Okay.
More specifically, Claptrap when he gets to a set of stairs, and he's just like, no, right? That's my image of a warlock. Because you guys haven't mastered the art of jumping up. You just jump down really nicely, right?
We can move around. We can.
It's very dainty. Yes.
It takes a little bit of finesse to know how to jump. Most people who don't play warlocks get on a warlock and they're clueless how to use it.
No, I mean,
you can really move around.
Stolar subclass, and you go zipping around in the air and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, it's
well,
cool. It's
yeah,
fun.
I'm not a Dawn Blade player, but yeah, I'm and by the way, I did use Top Tree Nova on in the raid because I just love using it. I should have used Devour. I would have stayed alive longer, especially all the damn snipers. But I had sniper resistance mods on too, by the way, and it helped a little.
You can stay alive, or you can be cool, but you can't do both.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But you can kind of with transmog.
Fair. Speaking of transmog, Mr. Reformed Titan, now Hunter main,
yes.
Day one, I figured out the glitches so that I, as a hunter, have no hood and no cape. I am as tactical as you can be. My thin little frame running around, hiding everywhere I go without the big floofiness behind me, dude.
Whatever.
Oh, how do you do that?
Mm-hmm. I can't tell you.
He's using the scarf.
No, actually, it's not the scarf.
It's not the scarf?
It's not the scarf. It's a mixture of this season's this season's that you buy, right? And last season's.
Really?
I'm not going to tell you how to do it. But yeah, it's a mixture of this season and last season. No transmog.
There's your homework, Hazel.
There you go.
Since you love transmog so much. we did a playthrough. We did a playthrough of the first story. Every time I turned around,
nice.
he was in there to transmog. I couldn't pull him away from him. I was like, "Come on, what's the next step?" Well, hold on, I got to do my transmog here. Hold on a second. This is awesome.
Hey, okay. At least I know what transmog is. Unlike Sin, who found out live on the recording.
I heard that.
The Guardian Hub, and they're like, "No, you go here, and then you go here, and then you get it. You just get it."
Right.
And he's just like, "I don't like it. What's going on? What do I have to do?"
Yeah, that was.
You know, I haven't transmogged anything yet because I like.
I haven't either.
I have now, man.
I haven't either.
Like almost all of my armor, you know, the visuals, right, are from that Vice armor we had seasons ago.
Okay.
Right?
The racing suit.
Yeah, dude, it's cool, right? And then of course you got to mix and match it with last season and this season to get the whole no cape, no hood thing going on. But yeah, I don't even know if that's intended, right? Because if you put on any other helmet, it breaks. So it's definitely a bug. But yeah, whenever I put on my Celestial Nighthawk, you can tell something's not right. But yeah, so transmog is cool, man, but I haven't used any of it yet because I'm waiting for that one set of armor, right? Because I know as soon as I use up all my transmog stuff,
they'll have some better armor
with a set of armor, and I'm gonna be like, oh,
I'm waiting to see what we're offered this season.
Hold up though. Okay, so I think here's the misconception about like how you guys are expecting transmog to be versus how it really is. So if like something comes out in Eververse and you buy it, that's universal anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to unlock it again.
Right.
So basically the only thing that you can do is basically just for the stuff that's either new and coming out or for the stuff you already have.
And the stuff I already have doesn't look as good as what I have now, except for my Trials armor from year one, laser tag day.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have that full set of armor, which looks good, but you can't transmog it.
They're working on it. They're working on it.
Yeah, they're working on that. But I'm just talking about in terms of like for Gatr, because Gatr is thinking like, you know, that he's like going to pick up another armor set or something like that. I'm like, well, you will, but I'm imagining that they're going to just give us 10 pieces every year.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, this first one they gave us 20.
20.
Next season they're going to give us 10, and then so on and so forth.
Exactly. So I mean, it's to me. I mean, I've actually gone through. I did all my white armor for I think all 3 classes, and yep, exactly that busted ass armor. So yeah, I went through and I did that for all 3 classes.
Are you wearing it though?
I am on my Titan. I definitely am.
I want to see somebody in the Crucible just wearing beat at, because like you can't tell if they're a noob or they've transmogged, right?
Exactly right. Yeah, or in my case, there's no difference. But I mean, it's really cool though because I just love how my Titan looks because I put on like a red shader, so it looks like just like how it would look normally. So
I like the new shader system. It's nice too.
The new shader system is great, but me being the tactical guy that I am, on all of my armor, I have shrouded stripes.
Oh, you got
which is one of those you had to be a veteran to get. You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly. It's your way of flexing. I see it.
Well, no, it's not a way of flexing. It's the closest thing to actual camouflage in the game that started. Because you had the digi camouflage for like snow, right? The bright white with gray, which looks cool, but you don't blend into anything.
No,
you know. At least with the shrouded stripes, you blend in, right? You're more tactical.
Hold on, I'm writing it down. Shrouded stripes.
Yeah, and in saying that, now all of my weapons have the complete opposite. Right? They all had that new techno fusion.
Oh my god!
And so does my Sparrow and my ship.
Oh
right?
jeez.
Because no, I love the way it looks. I'm a huge Joker fan, right?
Yeah.
Mostly because I can relate, and like that shader is like it screams the Joker, right? And I'm not going to say which Joker because I'm not about to start that fight in here. Every Joker was good except one, and we don't talk about that one, right? Every Joker is good. So whichever Joker you want, kudos to you.
I know which one. I know. Okay, I won't start it. I won't start a fight. Go ahead. I know you're talking about.
Everybody does, right?
Okay, all right.
But yeah, so I love it. It's great.
All right.
It's great. So here I am, all tactical, and then out of the shadow, just bright purple and freaking green gun,
like neon guns.
Right.
That's
I love the color scheme for this season. It's great.
All right. Well, good talk, guys. I'm glad we were able to catch up on our first day or our first instance of the new Vault of Glass raid. It sounds like we all had a fun doing it. So I do want to. I do want to.
Hey, not that I'm looking at this for the first time or anything, but are there show notes?